What's going on, guys? It's your boy Johnny Matt 52199. Welcome back to an episode. I think this is the sixth episode of Brew Talk this off season. My guest at this time, as you can hear him, it's coach, manager, whatever the fuck you want to call him. It's John. Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, baby. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It's been too long.
No problem, my guy. No problem. I had to get you back on there because we've been talking a lot about the coaching this year on this podcast. So
Yeah.
on paper, I know you have help. I've said it before. On paper, you're the coach, so got to make it happen at least some point this offseason.
Yeah. I got you.
Let's begin with that.
Baby.
Let's begin with that. Like, how did that go for you this season? Like, because that was your first, I guess, coaching position. So how'd that? What? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. To be honest, I can't say that like I was voted to be the guy or anybody was like, John, like you're gonna be the coach. Like Sam was just like, he just left me with the login, and we kind of had a group of us, and I was kind of hoping that deep down, I was hoping that someone else might take the role. But and then pretty much February, March came around, and our first game was April 6th, and of course we were the home game. It was our home game, and it's like, guys, we got to get on this. And so I just kind of took off running with the scheduling and started figuring out what people needed to pay. Well, that was well early on than that, but yeah, it was fun. I think I definitely, like, the part of me was like, oh, I don't want to let everybody down. But I've had a lot of good feedback, and especially from the videos, I got to say, I don't feel like there's been a ton of criticism. I think it's been a lot of praise. And shout out to everybody that I've heard. Austin, or let me start the other way. Ben, Devin, TQ, and Austin. So, and DJ, of course.
And DJ, I was going to say you're forgetting DJ there.
Captain DJ. Well, him and I've done a podcast together, so like, man, it's good to like just hear more from him, but especially the other three guys and Teddy, the other four guys, they were all I think new to the podcast. I hadn't heard their stuff before.
Yeah, so Austin was the only one that I had on before. Ben was new.
Last year.
Yeah, Ben was new, Devin was new, and then of course Teddy was new.
Yeah.
Which Teddy was great.
Something else, yeah.
But I mean, they go like what, 5-13 this season?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I will say the league as a whole got better, like, and I've heard it brought up in other podcasts, but, we're so used to, like, there being one or two teams at the bottom and shit. Sometimes we're, one of those two teams, but of teams that just, like, aren't very good at all. And, like, I think the Blue Jays, they got their first win against us, so it's like, there were really no freebies, if you will, so.
I mean, you didn't do terrible. I mean, just stuck with the 5-win mark for like the past 3-4 years now. I mean,
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, no problem. I try to criticize, but I can't criticize. Like I said, I think it was in DJs. I mean, we go through it every single year with every single coach. It's hard to focus on coaching and playing at the same time.
Agreed. Yes.
And you could just tell, like, I've seen it with Dan. I've seen it with Sam. I've seen it now with you, Sean, Austin. It's hard. And that's why I try not to give you guys too much shit about it.
And what I really have tried to do this year, and maybe I need to do less of this, but like when we start playing on the field, especially like when I'm catching, man, like it's just so difficult for me to know like when to pull a pitcher. I know it sounds silly, but like I'm very optimistic. I'm like, oh, they missed that pitch, they're gonna get this one. I'll say it 5 times in a row. They'll walk a guy. Like he's got this next guy. So like during the game, I just try to kind of take myself away from coaching decisions, as maybe you saw or maybe you didn't see. So Evan did some pitch. Austin, Sean were definitely the big two, and then of course Evan, when he was there, would kind of do the pitch and changes.
I mean, I do like the shared coaching, the coaching, whatever the hell you want to call it at this point.
Yeah.
I call it something, but it's not coming to me off the top of my head right now. But coaching staff. That's it. That's the word. Um, I think
Professional.
that's a first. I mean, I haven't really seen, because I know you were a big advocate in this in the group chat when we first started, that nobody actually just runs the team. On paper, yes, but as a team, it's a collective thing.
Yeah.
Which is really different about that. Like, tell us a little bit about that. What made you think of that?
Yeah. So last year, like Sam kind of left the team, he kind of left it to like a group of people. And so yeah, definitely, especially there's people on the team that have more experience than me. There's people on this team that I think can be a better leader than me. And so definitely it was more inviting knowing that I had a team around me versus going at it, alone by myself. So did I answer the question? I think.
Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit at this
Yeah.
point.
Hell yeah.
Whatever answer you get is the answer you get at this point. I've done, I've done so many of these; they're all starting to blend together.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. And I'll try to bring up some of the stuff said in the past videos too. I mean, I haven't seen Brock's, or have you done RJ's too?
RJ's is going out next week for us.
Excellent,
So
excellent,
Brock's is going out in November, and then yours is the second week of November. So
awesome.
we're in November at this point in this video.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, and I guess Toronto. I shout out to Toronto for winning the World Series. Um, hey, you got to talk it into existence, baby. I hope we
He
don't look at this
hopes.
later.
Dude, I was
So
I was expecting the Phillies to get past the second round, but you saw how that worked out.
yeah, it's so tough. I heard the video today, and you were like, it was during the Phillies and the Dodgers series, and you were like, damn it, they lost tonight. But you were optimistic, and even Austin was optimistic that you guys would look a little better.
It's Kirkering, man. It's fucking Kirkering.
Well, in my Cleveland, they didn't make it past the wild card, so at least you guys had a first round bye.
Did your top three batters at least hit the ball?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Dude,
I can't remember at this point.
I have this saved in my phone for motivation. This was our our offensive batters, okay? Throughout
Okay.
throughout 4 games of the DS.
At what?
Throughout the 4 games of the DS. Turner batted 235. Schwarber batted 188. Harper 200. Bohm 333. Marsh .077. Remuto 353. Kepler 167. Castellanos 133. And Stott 154.
There's a lot of high batting averages there.
Bro, it's sad when I have a higher batting average than 8 of the 9 guys that are being paid millions.
I gotta say, man, with the small sample size, dude, I thought you hit really well. You had what, 12 ABs? You were 3 for 9,
Yeah, something like that. I batted
something
a
like that.
333 this year, which is the
Hell yeah,
highest.
hell yeah.
Which I wanted to get into that too. I'm happy I brought up the Phillies batting average. Do you think it was a year that was kind of down for us in hitting wise?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's no doubt.
I was gonna say because I think I said this in DJs. I think I like I said, these are starting to blend together at this point.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. Let it eat.
Up until the playoffs, me and Ortiz led the team in batting this year.
Yeah.
That was a sad point for me. That's like, holy shit, what the fuck are we doing?
It's a tough pill to swallow though, because of the small sample size. So like Ortiz wasn't technically playoff eligible, and I think you made what, like 7 games or 8 of the regular season.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. So it's just wish I could have seen more of both of you guys. Oh, I lost you. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Elisa's trying to freaking say hi to you, but she's like, you're muted,
Hey,
Lisa.
Lisa.
He said, "Hey, Lisa."
Hi, John.
She said, "Hi, John."
Oh, I heard her ass. She ain't quiet.
No, and this mic is something I like about this mic. Off topic here, but you see these little buttons on the side here.
Like one of them hookah pins.
So you could actually set it to like surround the room. Only talking to this side, which I have it on. The surrounding side of it, you can set it like the different settings so it can hear everything, which is pretty good. Safe for the most part.
Hey, you sound great coming through my speakers, baby.
That's why I switched over to the laptop because the phone was just not cutting it.
Shit, I'm on my phone. I hope I don't sound too shit.
No.
That Samsung, baby. Samsung gang.
I had this. I don't know if you can see what the fuck that is. But that was an adapter for the phone.
Yeah.
For the USB port. For the USB port. Never worked. So I said, well, that was a waste of money.
That happens when you buy Apple products, you know?
It works for the camera. And like for voice memos when I record, works perfectly. But the second I plug it in and try to use it on Discord on the phone, doesn't work. Don't know why. Don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what the case is, but
hey, as you and Austin were talking about, man, life, you know?
Yeah, life sometimes sucks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as we were talking about the batting, I mean, I think we ended the season, I think you led an average because you hit those 2 doubles in the playoffs, which we'll talk about in a second.
And 2 singles the next day.
Yes. I mean, you were fucking killing it. But, I don't know, from a batting perspective, I think we were okay, but I don't think it was there when we needed it to be honest.
Yeah. And I don't think I think Austin answered this question just like beautifully, and I listened to his today, so like it's fresh on my mind. But you know he literally he said I think we had like as a team we had like a 4.4 ERA or something. I love that he calculated that. And hitting wise, like we average like 2 or 3 or 4 runs every game, and like you can't. That's not how the math needs to be the other way to be winning games. So.
Yeah, the pitching was really good this year from what I saw because I did miss a lot of the season this year.
Agreed. Well, no, I mean, and I was going through the book just kind of as like as kind of like a giggle sake before our pod, and like, dude, in the beginning of the season, like you were pitching frequently, and you were showing up real frequent in the beginning too. So we get you in there for an inning or so.
And then the car shit happened, and then
the car shit happened. Hey, you got that nice Camry now, though, baby.
Yeah. Shit.
You bossed up.
I'm trying to make more practices this year too and whatnot, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the pod.
I get how far that is for you, dude. Like, it's it's hard to try to pull you in town for an hour and a half or 2 hour practice. So I get it.
Especially with the cold ball. I mean, it's basically why I didn't show up places was because that had like over 100,000 miles on it. I mean, the gas was there. The gas mileage was good, but I don't know. I just felt like one small bump or something that would just fuck up the entire car.
I don't know, man. It might be old, but it could be gold.
I love
hustling and bustling.
I love it to this day, and I'm still trying to get it worked on, but shit happens.
Yeah, life happens.
Shit happens.
That too.
So let's talk about what's coming up next season. I want to just jump ahead. I'm going to jump back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
Are you in Austin taking over the team next year, or is it just going to be mostly Austin?
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping to have at least maybe a little bit less responsibility this year, at least in terms of like the leadership position. I just like in terms of human beings, I don't know how many human beings I've met that are like as much of a strong leader and like just a good fucking human being like that Austin is. Like fuck, I'd run through a brick wall for Austin. and he has some things he needs to clean up as well. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I think he definitely fits like the coaching role a lot better than I. He'll be the one that walks up to the the little. He's pretty much going to take over for what Sean was doing this year, even though I know he missed a lot of games himself. So, and that was getting Austin ready. But to answer the question, a little bit of both, but primarily I'd like to see Austin step up.
How bad does it hurt not to have Sean next year?
Oh, I mean, a lot. And you and Austin talked about that. He's been a really good bat for the last. He joined the league same year as me, and he's been a really good hitter for this team. This year, I think he regressed a little bit, but I mean, we kind of regressed as a hitting team. Yeah, it definitely hurts. I mean, and then it's especially him as a leader. I know he's quiet, but man, he definitely was that for us.
Yeah, I talked about this in RJ's pod, I think it was, and maybe even Brock's. I think that this year that we should focus on replacing him and finding two more pitchers in the draft this year. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, honestly, we need some more ball players, some more good ball players.
Having another ace in that rotation. I mean, I've talked to, again, I hate to repeat myself, talked about it with Brock. You have a good bullpen. You have 2, maybe 3 if Evan shows up, good starters.
He will.
Which hopefully he will.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I think that you're just missing those two more key starters. I mean, like I said, Austin, I don't think should be going 60-70. I mean, he'll disagree with me on that one. 60-70 innings pitched.
Yeah.
RJ is getting to that point where I don't think he should be higher than what he was this year. I mean, I think 30 is a good set number. But I do think, like I said, if you get one of those key things, like if you're able to replace both of them this coming draft and this coming offseason, I think we'll be in the right step to maybe taking a crack at the Oaks next year. I mean, it is what it is. But what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, definitely seeing what's in the draft is going to be the biggest thing. Though definitely, I think Austin was talking about the draft experience. He had went this year. You were even potentially talking about trying to go this, next 2026. And definitely, trying to have a good draft, taking good notes, making good observations about, players, and then bringing guys on in from around, guys that we maybe played with in high school, guys that, for Austin's case, he may have played with in college, trying to bring other good ball players in there. We're going to try to have Sam back next year. I don't know if you were there when Tucker made a guest appearance for the other team because they were short on players. You may not have been there that week, but we're going to try to get him on. Sam, I don't know if he's going to be interested in pitching, but I think he's just. I don't know if you went to that game that I missed that game that he went to. But a dude great. I think he was like 2 for 3 with a double and a single. And then Dylan, I don't really know what's going on with that, but getting him as a bat, I mean, Austin and you talked about that. Damn, I'm rapping. But yeah, definitely just, building a little bit more and then everybody gets a little bit better. I think I like where we maybe are next year too, but definitely having a good draft is important.
And I want to talk to you about the whole draft thing because I've said it multiple times that Harley corrected me on the draft. I thought it went a separate way. I thought everybody just had somebody come in and, we want this guy. We're taking this guy. That is not the case.
Yeah.
As I was told. I'm sure you know.
This was my first year going this year to the draft, but I did attend.
So I'm going to try to go next year. I don't know if you heard it.
Good.
I want to do more media aspect for the league too, and I think that begins with the home run derby. I know I've talked to you off camera about it, and then of course going to the draft and seeing how that's run. Just because I want to, number one, but like number two, I think it would be good for, like I said, the media aspect of things.
Yeah. And Can I update something that I've heard in the past couple videos? Have you updated Rob about potentially trying to do something with the league as a whole?
No,
I know
I have
you
not.
dude, I think you should. I really like what you and DJ talk. You and DJ kind of brought that whole thing up, and then you and Austin talked more about it. But I think it's a great idea. So
I definitely want to do some live stream games. I like DJ's idea. I think just finding somebody that has the time to, or is in the area, to go and like, say like as a whole, as a league whole. So this is my idea for it. Get the managers like kind of how like to have the email list, but only for the 18 plus, and have a vote on every week.
There is one of those, I think.
Yeah, but I think he includes everybody in that one. So like the 50, 18, 60 to 30, whatever the hell it is. Yeah. But have just like the 18 guys and have them just sit there and say, all right, well, what do we think the game of the week should be? So, for example, it's the Rattlers and the Oaks. Have everybody vote, but they can only vote for another team. They can't vote for themselves. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then see where that game's played at. See about getting somebody out there to record it, give it to me, and then post it up on it. But I like his idea with it. And I think
Come here, hang on. Teddy's trying to fuck me.
Hi, Teddy.
What's up?
I saw him creeping in the background.
Yeah,
I was trying to fuck me. I'm like, bro, just get in there.
Yeah.
How you doing? We finally get to see you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that sucks. The video wasn't going, man. I was having a good time.
He called Devin a bitch.
Oh yeah. He texted. He watched it. And he texted me. He was like, man, you talking shit, but you right. or he said, he was like, you have me dead, or like, you funny, man. I don't know, but I tried to show him how to drink beer in Ohio. Didn't stick.
I'd say your podcast and RJ's and Austin's was probably the funniest so far this year.
Okay, good.
Definitely some entertainment.
There better be a Mackey Award for funniest podcast, bro.
Hey, they were Austin was saying you might have won Rookie of the Year, bro.
Oh, that's cool. Because I was saying I should get that.
To who, Devin?
No, me. I should get.
I'm voting Devin.
I know you are. He's a hater.
He just said I'm voting Devin.
He can't throw that ball like Devin.
No one can throw that ball like Devin.
Hell no. Devin was a good pickup this year.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's why I should get it, bruh. We don't get Devin or Teddy without Teddy.
Just everybody vote for Teddy.
Yeah, vote for Teddy is a vote for Devin.
Look at him campaigning for Rookie of the Year already.
Right.
On my podcast.
That's going as a clip. I'm telling you, that's going as a clip on the Brew Talk.
Jesus. About be two dudes in this little picture here.
I mean, shit, that works out in the box.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyway,
I'm gonna let y'all get back to it, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go on the field. I'm a soldier.
Get him out of here.
Back on track here. Always nice to see Teddy.
Sorry about that.
Shit, you're good. Get some entertaining parts. Yeah, exactly. See, now you're thinking, John. Now you're thinking.
Get some entertainment parts. You don't like my speeches.
No, we always like your speeches, but it's good to have some entertainment parts. You know, for the clickbait. Yeah.
There you go.
Get people to watch.
A little bit for Instagram.
Exactly. You know, gotta have something. If it's not serious conversation, it's gotta be funny.
And Johnny, I've been loving your stuff extremely this year, man. Thanks for all that you do there and producing. I know it sounds like it's getting a little bit repetitive, but I appreciate you, man. It's so great to hear from everybody.
I know. It's really like I told you, I think it was off camera, just hearing everybody's input on things. I mean, we'll get into it later, but even with Teddy just sitting there saying, you know, I think we should do more of a group to get together Like I forget what the fucking word is now.
Yeah, it was you kept saying the camaraderie or the camaraderie.
Yeah, and even just
like
having
bros doing
ideas.
bros.
Ideas just as simple as going to go-karts, going to the marksman, going to East Bumblefuck.
That sounds good. Hey man, I'm always down for food, you know. So I mean, if everybody wants to eat, I'm always available. So
hearing everybody's stories about going out with the team this year. I mean,
the cheese fries.
Exactly. I don't think to this point, I don't think anybody has not said that they went out with the team this year.
Yeah.
I think except for Ben.
Yeah. No, Ben went out. Ben went out with us. I think it was closer towards the end of the year. He definitely came to the playoffs. We went to the little pizza joint. Hutchins Garage across from the DAP. Dude, shout out to the DAP. It's crazy. The pizza was banging for sure. We like pizza. We like food.
I heard the horror story of the one game that you guys went to, and there was only one server there.
Oh yeah, that was at the tavern.
Yeah,
that was at the tavern. It's funny. We're like, look, we're gonna be back next Sunday. You might want to be ready next time. And dude, I promise you, every other Sunday the rest of the year, they had more than one person up in there.
Shit, I mean, hey, you guys helped the cause there at that point.
Yeah. Support local business, man.
Exactly. See, I do want to point this out there. Like, I've been pointing out a lot of shit that I want to do with the team as a team. I think we need to have a podcast live after a game. Because that shit it's serious, but it's also funny as hell. Most of the time.
If I remember correctly, you said something about potentially maybe doing like a post game interview with like maybe the player of the game or something. Like that'd be kind of tight. You could even add that into the video, you know.
Yeah. Next year there's gonna be the game highlights, of course, but there's also I'm gonna try to, whether it's getting a camera or getting another iPhone to record off of, having a vlog type video come out.
What do you mean by that?
I refer to this as the best way as I can. College Burnout. Have you ever seen
him? I don't think so. College Burnout.
His video, he plays in a men's league in Georgia. His videos, the guy that did the costumes and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he dressed up as a girl. He was Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, picture dude's kind of good at baseball too.
So that's kind of the idea I want to go for. It's just more of the funny shit, but also like, okay, you actually still have a game to play, type shit. And eventually I want somebody that I can find to be in the dugout recording.
Yeah.
And then just have that as a vlog style video, like include some of the key points in that game, but also like you hear Mikey going, "Oh, fuck you guys," or some bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds like a normal dugout thing to hear,
That was the first thing that came up to my mind because he says so much shit on a daily basis.
Yeah. Honestly, we have a couple of buffoons on this team for sure.
Oh yeah, who do you think? Let's on the topic of buffoons. Who do you think is the funniest this year?
Yeah. Well, dude, first off, I love to hear from, and dude, Austin gave me shouts. Shout out Austin. Austin's funny as hell, but he could be an asshole too. So I got to give it to somebody else here. This has been my answer in years past, but Evan for sure. I know he hadn't showed up a ton, but dude, everybody on this team funny.
Some more than others.
Except for Teddy. Teddy's not funny. That dude's lame. I'm defending my boy Devin here,
I'm clipping that. Damn it. I definitely think the funniest this year is Austin and RJ with their fucking their bullshit.
Their banter.
Dude, like, I said it with DJ. I wish there was a way to like capture the shit that was in the group chat, just like the funniest parts, and show everybody like how funny these guys can be outside of baseball.
Yeah. Dude, I wish you could hear some of the shit because in the weeknight league we've been playing in, and I know you guys talked about it in Austin's pod and probably RJ's too. But the games don't start till 7 p.m. So like, dude, I get up early, so like I'm 7 p.m. is kind of like I'm starting to crash down a little bit, and I get out there and Austin's fucking shooting shit with RJ. You can't hit. RJ's like, you can't pitch, and yeah, they're back and forth the whole game. It's beautiful.
Now you will laugh when you hear RJ's pod. Towards the ending, he starts his bullshit up and he goes, "Man," and I gotta throw Austin on the bus or some shit. And I was like, "Yeah, he mentioned in his podcast he didn't say nothing bad about you that you were gonna start."
He did. Austin did. He did know that he was gonna do it though.
Yeah.
I mean, he even brought it up. He hadn't even listened to it, so. It's the same with Devin too. Devin didn't say fucking nothing about nobody, and then here comes Teddy spilling the beans.
Dude, that's the funniest shit. I'm so glad I got these people on. Even Brock, I'm sure you'll hear it eventually at some point. I told you off camera, Brock's and I's podcast went almost 3 hours.
Yeah, you did say that.
And that is the most I've heard this man talk in 2 years.
Dude, I like Brock. I like Brock a lot.
I do want to get your reactions. I know I said something to you before we started about his suspension.
Yeah.
I have to ask. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. Totally understand. Yeah. What was the thought process going into that one?
Yeah. I would be happy to discuss that. And there was a little bit of, what's the right word? There was a lot of collaboration in how we wanted to approach this. There was probably more than 5 or 6 of us that had all discussed the way that we should go about this. And so we played one week at, Carborough High School. And we played at 9 a.m. It might have been 8. I think it was the Rattlers game, not the playoff game. We only played them once. And there was our game, a game after ours, and then one more. I don't know if it was the 55 and up league or the 32 and up or 35 or whatever it is. And I guess the principal had come out at some point for one of the games, and he saw somebody drinking. He said they were smoking marijuana in the parking lot. And somebody was drinking and smoking or vaping in the dugout. And I try to hold accountability for my team. So I went out of my way to say in the coaches, oh yeah, and Rob sent out an email furious. Sorry. Rob sent out an email just absolutely pissed. He's like, you guys are a fucking thorn in my side.
I read the email on the podcast the last episode.
Yeah, dude was pissed. And I literally texted the coaches group chat, and I was like, I literally just put eyes and it said Rob's email, ... And I stuck up for our team. I genuinely did not see anybody in our dugout drinking, smoking, vaping. I didn't see nobody. I mean, I always stay kind of a little bit later. I like to talk to everybody kind of before they leave. If somebody's not feeling well about how the game went, I want to try to pick them up, make sure baseball is a sport of failure. You're going to fail a lot. Sometimes it gets to you. But ultimately, I pretty much stuck up for our team, and then I start hearing from everybody and the coach. I stuck up for our team on the spot because, I was at the whole game, bro. I didn't see nobody drinking. I didn't see none of the Rattlers players vaping, smoking, drinking. And so I stuck up for our team, and I guess everybody started saying that Brock had a Voodoo Ranger at the game. And so dude, 6 people said, even Teddy was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, he was drinking it. And I just said, I already stuck up for our team. Maybe we should just see if the principal says what team it was or something, and Austin had dropped something in the group me, and pretty much it was just and then we had all discussed, and he was like, if he says anything to this group me response, then we might have to suspend him for 2. We try to do it internally. Because ultimately, and I love how Austin put it, the drinking should be left for after the game. And I agree with that, especially a 9 a.m. game. It might have been a little bit later than that, but yeah. So Austin drops, a big paragraph message in the group me, just kind of talking about, we should not. Just wanted to reiterate, we should not be drinking in the dugout. And then literally it was, something long about that. And then Brock literally messaged kind of as like a joke. He was like, my bad, guys. I was drinking the best way to cure a hangover is more alcohol. And unfortunately by him doing that, he literally he signed his death warrant, unfortunately. I was defending him. I really did. I was like, look, like, we're going to talk to him. We'll try to make sure it doesn't happen again. And especially Brock's been such a huge player for this team. I mean, dude, I wanted to make sure Brock was on this team. I don't think he was going to be. I walked up into his business to try to make sure he was on the team.
He talked about that too last time, wasn't
Yeah, I don't know. And honestly, I was like, fuck, like, this might be really weird. Like, when I was walking in there, I was like, this could go awful. This could go great. And I think it went really great. Obviously he was on the team, right? So, but yeah, that's pretty much how it all went down. I was probably the biggest. Yeah, I just leave it at that. I take responsibility for the decision.
Now, was the decision always 2 games or was it 1 game? Because I touched on it with his, and I warned you that it was coming. I don't think 2 games was all that fair, especially after what we saw transpire the next week. I think it was at the Tigers game, and not hearing anything about their guys
you're right.
submitted.
You're right. Was 2 games harsh? Potentially. It potentially was. But the way that we tried to go about it is in the rule book. Austin had done some, I guess he was looking into some of the literature, and that's kind of like, if you were to get caught drinking or smoking during a game, that player would receive at least a 2-game suspension from the league. And so this was not something that was done by the league. This was something that was done with the Brews. And so, yeah, it was just the decision that we ended up coming upon. So I'm sorry if he thinks it was unfair. But unfortunately, if he just didn't say nothing, I mean, he kind of signed his own death warrant, and especially I think making a joke out of kind of what Austin was saying, I don't think that helped his case. So,
from my understanding, of course, he can probably put this better than I can. He was just mad about the fact that everybody in the dugout who saw him was just laughing and having a joke about it.
Yeah.
And then to get to that text later on that night, really just was like, well, how is that fair type thing. Again, yeah. I could be wrong in the way I'm explaining this, but this is just how it felt in his interview.
Yeah.
That's why I said to you,
just, Johnny, just so you know, like, we did it very subtly with Brock. We didn't want this to become like a thing. But he brought it up, so I can't.
And of course, here I am making it about a thing, but
yeah, no, and by all means, go ahead. I just, we tried to handle it in the best way possible. We just, bottom line, we just don't want people drinking in the dugout.
Right, and that's what I said. It's totally understandable if you wanted to suspend him. I said that in the podcast. I just don't think.
As I'm drinking now.
I don't think it should have been 2 games. Just because the reaction that it got in the dugout. Now, again, no idea if it was true or not because I wasn't there. Which now I have to start reiterating that throughout the episodes as we go for a walk with John.
Walk with John to the beer fridge. That was the one thing about Teddy's podcast. He didn't have video, but I promise you, he was doing it.
Oh shit, we were on video. It's just the camera died out halfway through it, and it didn't save. It didn't save anything. So I was like, "Son of a bitch!" But back to what I was saying. I know that the rules say that, and again, I'm not saying that Brock wasn't in the wrong. That's not what I'm taking throughout this whole podcast. He was in the wrong.
Yeah.
He said that. I've said it. I think 2 games is a little harsh there.
Yeah.
I will say. But again, I understand where it was coming from, and somebody needed to had done something. But I did not know that in the rules. I know there was a section in there, like I said, I've read the rules, but it's been very long time.
Yeah, I have never read the rules, if I'm being completely honest.
The only reason I did read the rule book was because the umpires kept telling me when I first got the GoPro that I was not allowed to wear it on the field.
And you'll still get an umpire that'll like mention it. They'll be like, "Are you allowed to do that?" You'll be like, "I've been doing it all fucking year."
And that's why I tried to like tell them, like, nobody in this league gives a shit. Like, as long as it's not interfering with the game, I could fucking fly a drone behind home plate, and they wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't give a shit.
For our games, you're right. For our games, yes.
Now, if you get to the playoffs and do that, then absolutely not. It'd be too much of a distraction. But nobody gives a shit. I mean, the Oaks thought it was funny, and they're the top dog right now in the league. And Brett will even attest to that. Brett will even attest to that. It was something new. It was something innovative. It was something creative that nobody's seen. And it brings that aspect to the game of, holy shit. And it gets you talking about it. Like, now I'm known as the YouTube kid throughout the league. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Dude, and Johnny, I've seen it the whole time in this league. I mean, dude, my first year in this league was 2023. And, dude, like, pretty much, I mean, you and I, we hit it off right away. I don't think you and I ever really had you maybe didn't know me at first. I didn't know you at first, but it didn't take long. But, just kind of seeing the way that other teams, I don't know nobody in this league other than I got brought on by Mike Henry. So, I knew a couple guys on the team that, we went to high school together. But just seeing the way that other teams' players individually would react with you. I just remember one dude giving you the biggest dap up, and he went, "Johnny Matt." Dude, that shit was, I was like, whoa, dude, I want somebody to say that about, fucking me, dude,
That clip has 70,000 views on Instagram, the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy that you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think his name was Moan, or Momo. It was something with them. I love that kid.
I have no idea.
I love that kid.
Yeah.
He unfortunately did not play with them this year.
Every game. Yeah, like, and I would see, I would always see, like, every game I would see somebody kind of like, on another team just come up to you, give you a hug or dap you up, and I'm like, damn, dude, he knows everybody.
It's fun, especially like with Jamari. I've touched on this many times. Guys like Jamari, guys like Cam, I haven't done it to yet, but I haven't seen him since he left us that often. Just guys that even Logan, I'll say the occasional smart comment too, and it'll be all jokes, and they'll get it right away. They'll laugh at it. We'll move on, and that's why I said, I'm sure you'll hear it in last week's episode, that some of the shit that happens is kind of like, fuck, man, just why does this need to happen? Because I know people on your team that I fuck with, but I don't want to give that impression to the Brews, like, oh, fuck you guys, I'm sticking up for them. So it just, I don't know, why can't we all get along at that point?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
And I totally agree. I think there's, I mean, this entire league is just full of fucking, dudes wanting to play baseball. And honestly, I think most of them are probably real good dudes. But as you and DJ discussed, sometimes you got a player that, you love it when he's on your team and you hate him when he's on the other team, whether it's a skill thing or just like the swag, the way he kind of carries his attitude.
DJ's one of those guys that I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. He shouldn't.
You said
like
it on the podcast.
He's a pest, like the NHL is. The brute guys,
right.
Like the brute guys. You love them when they're on your team. You hate him when you play against him because you know he's going to get under your skin.
Yeah, exactly. And Evan's kind of the same way. He'll just kind of say like smart little comments all game, and you can either take them in like a real funny way, which I do, or you could be like, "Yo, would this dude shut the fuck up?"
I'm pretty sure the one moment I like to talk about this moment, the triple play game, that doubleheader series we had with the Oaks.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think it was JJ for the Oaks that was coaching at third. Not 100% sure, but just seeing
that sounds right.
Evan and him go back and forth the entire game was fucking hilarious.
I recall that, actually.
It was fucking hilarious.
Shout out JJ. That's a great dude too.
I tried to get him on the pod too. I tried to get like a lot of people on the pod. He was one of them. Harley was another one of them. So Harley's been in the league as long as I have, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Are you getting him on for one, or you just asked him?
I asked him. He responded back with, "Yeah, I would love to. Like maybe like an hour or two."
Yeah.
I have to find out a date because everything that's going on, and have him on. I was hoping that he was going to go to the Home Run Derby, and we could chat a little bit more about it.
I believe he is, at least from what I've heard. I'm gonna even try to be there as well.
You better be.
Just depends on. Yeah, it depends on. I'll be somewhere for a little bit this weekend, but once I get back, hopefully it'll. Because it's at Lee County, so I think that's maybe an hour drive for 45. And it was funny hearing Austin complain about it too. He works in Sanford and in Lee County, in Sanford or close to Sanford.
So who's representing us? Of course, the video will probably be out now, but who's representing us in that?
Yeah. You're talking in the Home Run Derby? Yeah. Obviously. So Austin. So the DJ, I think, was our original nominee. He's not available that weekend, and so Austin is scheduled to go. Him and I did a small practice with Zach this weekend, and he wasn't 100% sure if he was going to go. It sounds like he doesn't love Stanford as it is. I don't think he knew it was in Lee County. I think I texted him that when I told him, but a little bit of time has passed, so he forgot, or I didn't tell him. Probably that one.
I know you put it in the group chat, LCS or LCHS.
LCHS, yeah.
And that's probably where the confusion came for everybody. Because even I texted you, I was like, "Isn't that Lee County?"
Yeah.
But I'll definitely be there. I mean, repping the Brews. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm missing the Eagles game, but it's against the Giants. I really don't want to watch that rematch anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Giants they're kind of hot with Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. I guess they lost in that. It was a crazy game against Denver this weekend.
Yeah, this is the only thing I have a problem with Scatterboo. Okay, I'm gonna put this out there as an Eagles fan. I can't stand the Giants, but I can't stand the Cowboys more than the Giants. And Cowboys are the top team. Cowboys are the top team I hate. I can stand the Commanders. I can stand the Giants. But that's just because they've been sucking so bad over the past years. Now to see them potentially get good, it's just like, it's about time. The sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while.
All right, yeah.
But the Cowboys, I will always hate. But the only problem with Scatterboo I have is the league does not find him on hits that they should find him on. And I posted this on my Instagram story about this guy who nailed it to a T. You cannot find Saquon Barkley for just and getting hit. Where this guy is leading with his head and hitting you. You can't have a double standard.
Yeah, I unfortunately there is. I think in football, like offensively, you can't really get in trouble for like running a dude over, Now, and even Jackson Dart, I saw Jackson Dart do it on a play or two where like he's trying to pick up an extra yard or two, and he'll straight up try to fear the defender. It's not very smart, but I saw somebody commented on a video of it was Cam Scatterboo fucking in high school banging his head up against a brick wall before the game, and he's on a CTE speed run. Everybody was saying so.
Dude, I'd be surprised if he didn't have CTE at this point.
Already? Damn.
Yeah. He's crazy. I mean, I give him that. I mean, he like I said, I have nothing against him, but like the league should be watching out for hitting your head. I mean, it's something you preach on every single year. You take away the hip drop tackle in the defense because it was dangerous. So, again, Saquon week 2, just as much as I'm doing right here. Was leading with his shoulder, but just put his head down. He got fined for it. Then you see Cam legitimately put his head down and run at the defender, and there was no fine. You make it make sense.
Hey, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Saquon definitely makes a lot more than Cam Scatterboo. So, but
oh, I'm saying
all
it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be like 50,000 or whatever Saquon's was for, but at least like a 10,000 fine or like a 5,000 fine.
Yeah,
Just to
that's
send
candy
a message.
money. That's a couple quarters for you and I, you know.
Yeah, for real. Anyway, back on topic here of the Brews. Let's talk about let's talk about those playoff games. Sure, you heard by now. First game against the Rattlers should have been 15-10. Us.
Yeah.
What's your initial thoughts on that?
And yeah, I'm just going to be repeating some stuff from that was said in other videos, but ultimately, you know, runners left on base. We had some errors in that game, and that's kind of what you're alluding to, the 15-10. Yeah. We just got to clean it up, you know. And it sucks that in the playoffs that, you know, it had to go down that way, but man, this team fought. I'll give them that.
I will say, I've said it like with Austin's, the different field positions, I think, is what fucked us. And what do I mean by that is, you took Zach away from first because RJ wasn't there. So now somebody's got to play first. I think it was, who was it that played first?
I think it was Austin.
Austin? So now Austin plays first, and now that fills the gap at third.
Might have been Ryan. Was Ryan playing first?
No, Ryan wasn't there for the first game. The second game he was there for.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
I can't remember if it was Austin or DJ or...
Sean can play first, but...
Or Sean.
It's probably been a little while.
You see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You have a gap somewhere, and now you had to plug in a position player. Like, I know Mike's probably going to hate me for saying this, but Mikey doesn't see that much time at shortstop. What happens? He throws the ball, it gets away from him. Now you got to fight back with the tie game.
Yeah, and Mike will be the first person to tell you how disappointing that was, you know. But unfortunately, shit happens, like we were saying.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I'm starting to believe that this team is cursed. Oh, in honesty. As the
you told me that last year. I'm still not believing it, man. I mean, gosh, dude, we snuck, whatever the term you want to use, into the playoffs this year. I think we got in over the who was right below us, the Trash Pandas, I think. Yeah, and they had like 3 or 4 wins. We had 5, so
I got nothing against them.
But... It's excellent. I grew up in Durham, Johnny. So like, dude, playing at the DAP. I mean, I'm a kid. I didn't even make my high school team my senior year. You know, and so
same.
That was excellent. Yeah, you know. So, dude, it's just like playing on a field. I don't know if you ever seen Bull Durham. I mean, it's a historic field. We didn't have to pay no extra for it. We just had to make the playoff. That's it.
My first year, second year, we played there, and I was aware of the history there. Of course, not being, like you said, from Durham, but doing some backstory about it, you know, looking at Google and being like, okay, well, what's this park? Oh, it used to be home to the Durham Bulls. They shot it for Bull Durham. You know, definitely can see that. But I wanted to go back on it. The Pandas were 2 games less than us.
Got you. So 3.
3-12-1. So they tied 1 game, and that's what fucked them.
Got you. So they were technically, what was that? They were technically a game and a half with the tie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't really tell on this website because it just gives you the games back of first place for some reason. We were 9.5 out of first. They were 10 out of first. So probably like a half game.
Well, the website also has our playoff games added into the total as well, and obviously the Trash Pandas. I mean, I don't know if they played the loser game. I don't think they did 9 and 10.
No.
Yeah. So.
But I am happy that we got the 8th seed and versus the Rattlers because I was more confident with the Rattlers than I was with the Oaks. The Oaks
And
just
yeah,
the Oaks are the Oaks.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
we
I hear you.
we play them every fucking year, and just like I said, regular season's different. I mean, regular season, it's two completely different teams. I mean, I think we lost. One game was a blowout. I think the next one though was like 4-1 or something like that, 3-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you got it backwards, but you're right.
But the playoffs, I mean, you could attest 22-3 last year. Year before that was shit. I don't even know. I think the year before that we played the Tigers. So year before that was 21-1. It's a different animal in the playoffs.
Yeah, and just to attest to the scores and like how we did this year. I mean, Johnny, it does feel like a different team. I know like our long innings just aren't as long. And like if we could do that again, moving into next year, cut down on a couple more errors, clean up a couple walks here. I had a throw down to second, just horrendous.
Yeah, I did mention that in one of the podcasts. I said no offense to John, but he just
Oh, you said that early on. That might have been like Ben or Devins.
Yeah, he just didn't look like himself in the playoffs at catching.
Yeah.
Hitting, you did phenomenal.
Yeah, that was my best 2-game stretch all year. So
catching, it was just, I don't know. Was there like a couple things that you just couldn't grip the ball, or?
Yeah, I can't give you a firm answer. I felt really comfortable blocking the ball. I don't think I had a pass ball in that second game. Maybe I did in the first one.
I know you almost went to the railing the first game. You slid for a ball.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I did. And dude, I had people there from work like there to support me, and I did that in front of everybody. I just ate shit. I overran like a pop-up as the catcher that was hit towards the dugout.
Dude, all I saw was just your head run, gets right here. The railing's like right here, and I just like disappeared. I'm like, please don't get hurt, John.
Yeah.
We have a game tomorrow. Please don't.
I wanted it because I think that guy ended up getting a hit too, because I remember it pissed me off that I wasn't able to get to that one.
Yeah, I didn't even see how close it was, to be honest with you.
But no, catching this year, man, I think I took a step forward. I heard some criticism about some pitch calling in some of your past, just like the pitch selections in some of the past podcasts, and like I'm still trying to learn each individual pitcher and kind of like what it is that they throw. I feel real comfortable when I'm with Austin. Obviously him and I have worked together a lot. RJ and I started to work with each other a lot. We kind of tried to let him and Ben in the beginning of the season build a relationship. But I think Ben and I need to work together a little bit on at least the blocking side of things. Everything else he can kind of, honestly, his framing is already 100 times better than mine. Dude, I can't frame for shit, bro, and it's just something I need to work on, right? And so him and I maybe can even get together. And I think he's still at ECU, so like, how far is Greenville? It's from, well, shit. I guess you and I, it would be different, but Greenville's probably an hour, 2 hours away. So, but
I might do the location on this now. You said Greenville?
But yeah, and especially if we're able to, like, everybody can just take a little time this off season, whether it be with us or I can't see what it says.
2 hours and 14 minutes for me.
2 hours 14. Shit, it might be shorter for you. I don't know. It might only be an hour or an hour and a half. I never wanted to go to ECU.
Damn, already shit on colleges now, huh?
Already. I'm at go Seahawks down there in the Wilmington, down there in the Dove.
Shit. I like I said, I mean, you were honestly a workhorse for us this year behind the plate.
Yeah.
I know. I think Brock said that he would like to catch more, but dude, just looking at you going 9 innings every fucking Sunday, how the hell did you do it? Like,
yeah. Do you want the funny answer or my serious answer?
I do both. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. My funny answer is, dude, you said it in Austin's video. I'm just a fucking beast. But in more serious notes, dude, I really try to take care of my legs, especially my knees. And I'm not a very heavy guy, so like being able to sit like on top of my legs, like I don't really think. And like, dude, even at work, I mean, I'm a blue collar guy. I get in crawl spaces, I get in attics, and so I'm a more flexible guy as it is. I can put my fucking palms on the ground. Um, and so yeah, just stretching, yoga. Honestly, like dudes are so afraid to get into some yoga. Like, shut the hell up and get on the yoga mat, dude. Get to work.
Some DDP yoga.
I
That was a wrestling joke for those of you who didn't get that.
I grew up around wrestling, but
so then you got the joke.
But yeah, just taking care of myself, and honestly, like I had no idea Brock was interested in catching. I remember like when in the beginning of the season, I think if I remember, he had put on a little bit of weight since last year, and so he was kind of comfortable. And dude, he looked great in the outfield. One of the games we played, somebody absolutely at Bond Park torched a ball. It was a big old pop up, so I guess I can't say he torched it, but it was a homer at Honeycutt at least. And dude, Brock tracked it down like it was just a fucking routine pop up, dude. If I was out there, that bitch was going over my head. I don't know if it was where he was playing or the read on the ball, but that play stance stood out to me as Brock on defense. And his hitting, dude, the dude can fucking hit.
I definitely think, again, this is not to shit talk anybody, so please don't take it this way. Anybody.
No, give criticism, man. We're family. We're family.
When Ben's slacking or just doesn't have it or whatever the case is, you can, if Brock's always there, I mean, you can put him behind the dish. I mean, there's a couple of plays. Again, nobody's perfect.
Oh, agreed.
This is why I don't even. This is why
my 9 innings are not perfect catching.
This is why I say I don't play the field at all. But if you feel like Ben's doing something that should be easy and he's just having an off day, I mean, you have 3 catchers now. I mean,
yeah, and technically more than that.
Yeah, so, I was going to say technically, more than that. But I know Mikey's done catching. I know DJ's done catching. But DJ will at least catch if we need it for an inning at least.
And I don't know if you remember, RJ caught some last year. He caught a little bit this year. One of the games in the fall league, I was a little bit late to. Work was just a bitch that day. And he was catching up until when I got there. It was kind of funny. It's sad enough. He even had to borrow gear from the other team. I'm not sure I'd seen that in the Sunday league.
Damn it, RJ, bring your gear.
And Austin even, you remember Austin catching? He looked a little. He's a big fucking dude, right? But he looked a little awkward back there.
I joked about that in the Brock's episode.
Yeah. Dude,
Brock had no idea that he caught it.
Yeah. But yeah, and I just remember like, I might have been it might have just been like a long inning, and maybe that's the problem, right? I'm asking Brock to catch like when we're not doing too well. And maybe I need to give him more opportunities to start. But to be honest, I wasn't sure that he wanted that. So,
like I said, I could be misunderstanding, but I do remember somebody or him saying that he would like to catch more. I don't know if it was from Lisa and chatting with his girlfriend or him himself. I don't know. Everything's just starting to blend together.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was RJ, tell him no.
Tell him no. RJ, if you're listening, you just gotta hit the bench for the next 2 innings. No, I'm kidding.
The dude is too good in the field. He's not catching, and probably our biggest weak point on defense, at least, was in the infield this year. I think, and Austin even said, "Dude, our outfield was great." So
our outfield was a little shocking. I mean, again, not calling anybody out or anything like that. On paper, it looked like the beginning of the year. It looked like it was going to suck, if I'm honest.
Why you say that?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. Like,
You saw Devin throw that guy out in that scrimmage.
No, Devin was a different story. Devin was like, this kid's gonna be solid.
And Ryan, Ryan's gonna be solid. I think he had a couple drops this year. But I'm not worried. I don't have less faith in him with the next pop up.
No. Well, Ryan even said it himself. I mean, I'm not gonna go too much, but he's got, I think he's got a problem with one of his eyes. I think.
Yeah, didn't he get cataracts? Or didn't he? He did something, I think. I could be tripping.
I could be tripping.
You gotta have him on the pod, dude.
You
gotta have Ryan on the pod. I remember. I think I watched it. I think that was my first year. That was 23. That was 23, I think.
Yeah, which was interesting. I mean, I wish I would have prepared more for that episode, but I was doing bare minimum for everybody.
You got to do it again. Get him on again.
So I mean, I knew Ryan was going to be okay. He was going to have his additional drops and misreads or whatever. He'll even attest to that. But I don't know what scared me. I really don't. I thought on paper that was going to be the weak point of us.
Yeah, I would be, the only position I was concerned with was the third spot. I was a little concerned with the third spot just because Teddy had never truly played baseball before. He played Little League, but how much does that count?
He said that.
He was 27. But dude, Teddy didn't make an error. Teddy didn't make an error all year. If the ball got hit to him, if he didn't catch it in the air, he didn't let it get past him. I really liked that he was in the outfield when that player, the player that hit the homer hit one backside that was probably 110 miles an hour off the bat, or 105. I think DJ talked about it too. But dude, Teddy right away was just running back, and that was the first time I think he had to do that. But the ball was just smoked. It was either over the fence or,
I mean,
he was going to be running.
I talked about this with Brock's episode. If we can find one guy to come guest play for us every single game, then it's. I want it to be content creation. So guys like Eric Sim, anybody from Momentum, guys that have baseball background. You know what I'm saying? They're in content creation. I think we will be okay. Because there's every single team now that has one guy that has played professional ball. And I'm not just talking about college. I'm talking about is in the minors or was around the minors at one point or was in the majors. I mean, I feel like that would give us not so much it would give us an even playing field, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I did talk about it with Austin. I think I misinterpreted the rules one time. Sue me. But I thought we were allowed 3 guest players. We're only allowed 1. So it was the 3 innings if the pitcher was.
Yeah.
So that's where I got them mixed up at. But I honestly think even if it's just a pitcher, I mean, just having those 3 innings, if RJ can't make it, or Austin can't make it, or Evan can't make it, or whatever the case is, you can have somebody that's played professionally going out there for the first 3 innings or the last 3 innings. I mean, that's a chess match right there. I mean,
yeah, and yeah, I mean, gosh, I mean, anybody's welcomed on this team. So I mean, if somebody were to run into somebody that decided they wanted to play for the Raleigh Brews, the major league affiliate of the Milwaukee Brews. They're our AAA team.
Why are we related to the Milwaukee Brews?
Well, the Milwaukee Brews, they're our AAA team. So, that's our farm system. So, sorry,
we need a new farm system.
But that's honestly the beautiful part of baseball. Gosh, I mean, how many? Like you said, we could have won that game 15-10 if we played the way that we can play. And so you could beat anybody on any given day. So fuck that. Let's win as a team. I don't care. If we all got. I mean, sure, we're not going to hit a homer off the fucking top of the scoreboard, but that's the beautiful part of baseball. You don't fucking have to, you know. I mean, it's nice too. I wish I could.
If we had content creators in there, we probably would.
Yeah. I mean, you're a content creator. Let's put the ball over the fence, Johnny. You know.
Yeah, no. Johnny does not hit the ball out of the infield.
Hey, that's cap. That's cap.
I've hit it
Dude,
twice.
I still remember. I think it was Keyshawn on the Blue Jays. Dude, you got a hit off him, and he literally looked like it was either our dugout or his dugout. He just looked very upset, but like kind of He was like, "Damn!"
He came to
Johnny
me the
hit
next
that ball
game.
like that.
He came to me the next game. I want to put this out there because I want to put him over a little bit. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't know you had that in you." I was like, "Yeah. It's just it is what it is."
And I like you kind of because it's nice when you have that outside pitch. You like to get your arms extended and kind of slap that thing. And dude, when you slap that thing right, dude, it's a nice little line drive right into left field. I think that's the one you hit.
Yeah. I find it funny how I could just like celebrate too, like I just won the World Series on a hit, and nobody will say shit.
That's not true.
You'll just sit there and be like laughing and like no, I mean like the other teams, because I did it against the Cubs the one year on my birthday, and I just look up, everybody's laughing and joking around and having a fun time. I did it against the Tigers, and the Tigers are just like, "What the fuck? This kid can hit," laughing and smiling. I mean, as much shit as I talk about the Tigers.
Yeah, and it seemed like other people on the pod were too. Austin, I know Austin said something about it. I think DJ was in support of the Tigers just because I think he had played with a lot of those guys.
And I just want to point out, I don't hate them personally.
Yeah.
I just can't stand when we versal, and that's just a game of baseball.
we're in the wrestling diamond. Can I call it that? The wrestling diamond, not the octagon, but
just like if just like if Ovechkin went to the Penguins.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate him, but I would hate when we're playing him.
Ovechkin, that's that big old dude. He beat the Hurricanes last year in the playoffs. Or Ovechkin's team. Yeah.
Yeah, the
that's
Capitals.
all I know. The Capitals, thank you. I needed to hear that.
Funny story about that. I was a big OV guy growing up, but I was a Flyers fan. Dad finally got tickets to Flyers versus Capitals game in Philly. And
but that was fun.
And it was like row 8 behind the net.
Damn.
So 12, 13-year-old John is just living in this moment. And I go down, and you know how they like to toss the practice pucks up to the kids?
Yeah.
Well, I just went down, and I was just like, nah, because there was like a group of kids, and then there was their adults. I was just like, no, just let me get in there. I just want to see the ice. I don't want to puck. I don't fuck the puck at this point. I just want to see Ovechkin up close. And they let me in, and warm-ups is done and over with. They got to toss the pucks up, and there's this little-ass kid. I forget how old he was, sitting next to me. But the guy's like, he hits the glass and points at the kid. And he goes, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll give it to the kid. Throws it up. I hand it to the kid. And he throws up another one for me. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't want this, but thanks.
Yeah.
And I get back to my dad, and I'm just like, yo, Ovechkin played with this puck.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
But that's I like certain guys, like, outside Philly, of course. Nick Foles was one of those guys that I liked.
Yeah.
I mean,
big dick there.
I saw him come into the league, and I just couldn't take everybody shitting on him when we got rid of him that one year. And, of course, he came back and helped us win the Super Bowl. I had faith in him throughout the whole playoffs. And it was like, everybody's like, oh, well, Wentz is gone. You're going to lose the Super Bowl. You're going to lose in the first round. Y'all don't know Nick. He threw 7 fucking touchdowns against the Raiders in his rookie year. And that's the same Raiders team that had Charles Woodson.
Yeah, damn.
Like, come on now.
For him to beat Tom Brady, I think really put the icing on the cake. I mean, I know that wasn't the only Super Bowl Tom Brady lost, but
I think it was like what? What was that? Like 2 quarterbacks that ever beat him in the Super Bowl? Was Eli and Foles?
How many has he been to? 7? Because he's got 5, right? So he's got enough for one hand, I think.
No, I think he's got 7.
He's got 7 championships or
Yeah.
Super Bowl rings. Damn. Okay.
Because I think Bill had
That's crazy.
6, and then Brady went to Tampa and won 1 more.
He did. Playoff Lenny. I remember that year.
That's the only time I rooted for Brady because I couldn't stand the Chiefs.
It's been nice to see them off to a slow start. I think they're like 3-3 now. Or it's weak, yeah, something like that.
4-2 with
4-2.
the Panthers.
Okay,
with the Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to point that out there. With
good.
The Panthers.
my Browns absolutely beat up on a really bad Dolphins team last week.
Yeah, I know that you were happy about that shit.
I was. It's tough because like I don't want to get overly excited. Like we're 2-5, bro. Like we're probably not doing nothing this year, but it was good to see us beat the brakes off somebody. I mean we beat the Green Bay Packers for our first win, and the first how long is a football game? 60 minutes. The first 55 minutes of that game were awful. The last 5 minutes it was 10-0, and we ended up winning that game 13-10.
Hey, at least you guys beat the Packers. I mean, shit.
Yeah, we did. They beat up on somebody this week? Micah Parsons had a whole lot of sacks.
Yeah. I'm still mad how Philly didn't get him.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, yeah.
Pissed.
If we get rid of Myles Garrett for whatever reason, I don't want us to get rid of Myles Garrett, but I feel like if we were to get rid of Myles Garrett, he's going to the Eagles.
Dude, like I was pissed. Like Howie offered him a bag. Like a bag of everything. He threw everything out on the table to try to get Parsons. And Jerry's just like, no. And then he trades him for what? A round 1 pick and Kenny Clark?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I will say I don't think Kenny Clark's a bad player, but he is. I think Kenny Clark's like 30 as a defensive tackle, so it's.
Well, if you look what we offered him like 4 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and like something else. And Jerry Jones is like, no. He goes out and does that.
You guys are in division, so like
he did
trading in division, especially a superstar. I mean, you guys got Saquon, and he saw the Giants have to pay for that. Like the Giants every fucking twice a year have to see Saquon Barkley. I don't think he did a whole lot the first time that he played, but he's gonna put up some yards at some point.
He's regressed a lot this year.
I mean, the dude, you saw how much he had to do last year? I know that takes a toll on your body.
Dude,
I know.
I picked him up at fantasy this year thinking he was going to be a star, and he hasn't done shit.
Yeah. I got him in one of my leagues. Hey, can I show you something real quick, Johnny?
Yeah.
That we did in fantasy football this year? I did this with Teddy this year. Let's see if I can switch this shit around. I did this with Teddy's family. And we did an in-person draft. Let me see if I can flip this bitch around. How do you flip the camera around, dude?
There should be like a button.
Oh, Lord. This is...
I'm like looking on my other phone because I know I have it on my other phone. And like the
Jesus, I just was going to show. You know what? I'm just going to flip it around. I don't know if that's not going to work.
That's not
Oh, here
you go.
Is.
You're figuring it out.
We did we did this, bro. This was so fun this year doing one of these in person. But long story short, I'm Peter's Heaters, and I took Saquon Barkley right there. So there he is.
Well, since we're showing,
that was all. But I feel you when you say you have Saquon Barkley struggling. I am 3-4 in that league.
Since we're showing shit.
It's my only show and tell. What, you got some chips?
No.
What the hell is that?
This is a signed Nick Bolton football jersey. Kansas City Chiefs jersey.
Wait, you were just talking shit about the Chiefs. I like Nick Bolton, though. He's cool.
I don't want it. That's why I showed it. I don't want it.
Gotcha.
It's cool to have a Super Bowl champions autograph, but like I got Hassan Haskins. I've got a can that just fell over that I should really take out of my room. This one I'm proud of.
85. Chad Ochocinco?
Yep.
Yeah, or Chad Johnson, excuse me. Chad Johnson.
He signed at Ocho, though.
Ocho.
That one I'm fucking proud of. And I'm also proud of one more. Like, this is show and tell with John at this point.
Show and tell. Hey, I ain't seen you in a while, man. Show me what's new.
I don't.
That was all I had to show you, but that was pretty cool. We did that this year. In-person draft. If you can find a way to get everybody in person, that shit is cool. Is that a Jets jersey?
No.
Oh, that's an Eagles jersey. Sorry, what am I talking about? Number 7? Is that Mike Vick?
Darius Slay.
Oh, Darius Slay. Okay, very nice.
And then there's one more.
He's
I
not on
fucking
y'all's
love.
team anymore though.
Well, there's
Where's
two more
he
that
at?
I love. He's in Pittsburgh.
Darius Slay's. He's in Pittsburgh. Gross. That Chargers jersey?
Yep.
Don't tell me. Antonio Gates?
No. Number 26.
Oh. 26. Oh, LT? No.
No. I wish it was LT.
26.
His dad played for the Eagles.
26. That's a running back number.
No. Cornerback.
Quarterback 26? I have
corner.
no idea.
Sante
Cornerback. Oh, don't tell me.
Samuel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I started telling you.
Sante Samuel.
And then this is one that
Yeah.
I think DJ would like, but I am a true this guy fan.
Dude, how you get so many jerseys, man? I know them are pricey, especially signed ones.
Pitcher for the Red
88?
Sox. No, 38.
Or 38. 38? Dude, why is the first person that comes to mind Clay Buchholz?
I don't know, but it's not Buchholz.
Sorry, I don't know why that guy has not played in a while. I'm not too sure. I can't say I've watched too many.
Kurt Schilling.
Okay. I don't know much about him.
One of my favorite players ever. He played for the Phillies too. He played for the Diamondbacks, the Red Sox, and the Phillies.
I gotta say, I'm kind of a fake baseball fan. I only ever watch in the playoffs, and usually like the weeks leading up to it, I might turn a game on or two.
I have something else too that's not in the room. It's Alfonso Soriano signed baseball.
That's sick.
Yeah. God,
I didn't take you for a Yankees guy.
I'm not. I'm a Soriano guy. See, I don't remember Soriano being with the Yankees. I remember him for his stint with the Cubs, even though it was like 2 years, 3 years.
All right, that's a stretch.
That was it. That was it. I was like, when the fuck did he play for the Yankees?
Wasn't he there the majority of his career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I'm watch it again.
And then I got a Jim Thome signed jersey, which is somewhere in the back over here. Which
Jim Thome?
That's my dog. That's my dog.
The Guardians?
Yup, it's the Guardians one.
The Guardians?
Yup.
I guess we were still the Indians at that time, but
shit, I think I still have.
I might be racist to say that, so
shit,
not be racist.
I don't think it is, but a lot of people think it is, which doesn't make any sense.
But Johnny, I will say I wrote one thing down that I wanted to ask you about the baseball season. I don't have to ask you right now.
I was about to say, as I look for the... I found it.
I know we're talking about other just awesome sports. Alshon Jeffrey.
And Jim Thome.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. I like that. I like that they're cased, too.
Yeah, I'll put them in the case.
Is that what you call that? Framed.
The one that's in the Jeffrey jersey is not, like, the frame whatsoever. It just... Bloop. Then again, I got that when he retired, so... I have a jersey curse.
You got a jersey discount or a jersey discount? You got a jersey plug for cheap? Dude, you got a lot of jerseys.
So no, I wanted to save this, but I'll tell you. Pristine Auction.
Okay.
So it's an auction website. I was trying to get sponsored by them, but you need 5,000 subs for them to consider you. But I will happily shout them out because that's where I get all my autograph shit at. It's pristine. I have a football that's literally right here. I don't know if you can hear that. Signed by Hall of Famer Ken Anderson, I think it is. And it's an authentic NFL football. But that's where I get all my shit at. They have a lot of people. It's an auction house, but I'll pull it up real quick.
And just because you said that, I do want to say, if you're watching this video right now, please like, comment, subscribe. You know, give Johnny Mac some love, dude. He does this for free. There's no advertisements, bruh. Shut the hell up and like the video.
We're trying to get advertisements. It's just not working.
That was it. That was me.
So
I was
yeah,
advertising.
pristine auction. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can. It took a minute to get in there.
So right now they have different shit. They cover jerseys, NASCARs, helmets, card auctions, baseball stuff, basketball, boxing, coins, comic books, football, golf, hockey, wrestling, soccer, racing, pop cultures. What the fuck do they have for pop culture?
And online auctioning, man, that's awesome. And you can do so many. You can do unlimited number of those every freaking day.
They come with mystery boxes. Is what I got the Jeffrey jersey in. I got that for 25, 50.
How good was he for the Eagles?
Dude, he was amazing.
Was
Again, he
I always
retired
remember him on the
year.
Bears.
Yeah, he retired the
I
next
remember
year.
him and Brandon Marshall side by side. That was crazy. Sorry, go ahead. I had to get that out.
Funny story about that is he actually dislocated his shoulder in the Super Bowl and played through it.
In the one that y'all won?
Yeah.
I don't think y'all have lost the Super Bowl.
No, we have 23 and 04.
23. 04, I was 5. We were both 5. We weren't watching that one.
04.
Or you might have been watching, but
I was. And the funny story is, it's just gonna show my age really quick. Dad had a collection of VCR tapes or VHS tapes, and he would.
My dad as well.
He would tape every single game that was like important. So like a Flyers game, the infamous Flyers versus Russia, where Russia leaves the ice. He has that entire game on tape.
Damn, I'm not sure what game you're referring to, but that sounds cool. They played literally like the Russia team, like
it was
like their Olympic team.
Soviet Union was their actual name. It was the Russians though. And
gotcha. Right.
Backstory, I forget what year it was. It was a while ago. It was back when Bobby Clark and them were still on the team. The Russians got pissed because Philadelphia had that Broad Street mentality. They were called the Broad Street Bullies. They had the bully mentality. And Russia got pissed because they were bullying them, hitting them, doing everything physical to them. So they said halfway through the second period, they said, fuck this shit, and all of them left the ice.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And eventually they came back on, but they got their asses whipped again.
Yeah. Damn, that sounds awful.
Yeah, so I remember watching the 04 Super Bowl. It's not in 4, but
we've had some pretty awful losses, but I can't ever say that. Like, obviously, hockey's different, but I'm not taking a beating physically. I don't know, man. Catching you guys sometimes, man, I be coming home with some bruises.
Dude, I'll never forget what Sean said. Sean made a fucking great ass joke. And somebody goes, I don't know how John does it catching Austin, right? It was the second day. Sean looks over at him and he goes, it's because he's got burns on his hands from A-Track. He can't feel it.
That's not true. My right hand, look, when I get refrigerant burns, they're always on my right hand. And I catch, obviously, with my left hand.
I like that, Sean.
But John, can I tell you something I've been working on, dude?
Yeah.
I'm trying to pitch next year.
You're trying to pitch?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, let's go. Johnny's coming back with pitching.
I would like to. But especially, so you know that guy that comes, like, kind of came to a lot of our games that has one of those tie-dye shirts? He came up and asked for a hat one time. Because I made him ask for a hat. I was like, bro, go up to that motherfucker. All you got to say is, go Brews. You know who I'm talking about. His name's Jared.
Yeah.
And he potentially wants to come on as pretty much a PO next year.
Okay.
And in getting him trained up, I'm kind of educating myself on pitching a little bit. I want him to work with Austin here at some point, but he's just not ready for that at the moment.
Austin is a phenomenal teacher. Let me tell you that he taught me. Now I know how to not to cut you off or anything. I know how to pick off. I know how to pick off, but I never did it because of the fear of being called a balk.
Okay.
Austin showed me for like 3 or 4 games straight how to pick off. And we just did that, worked on that during the game. Like, not during the game, but for warm-ups. For 3 or 4 times. Phenomenal.
Good, dude. Yeah, and Austin, Teddy, obviously, Teddy is an athletic dude. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Teddy, but Austin helped Teddy a lot. And even Sean had a little bit of play in there. I mean, Teddy and I were going to Herndon with Sean and Austin and Michael Ruprecht, and it's funny when somebody plays baseball for like the first or second time and they try to hit a baseball, they're like, dude, this shit is way harder than it looks.
Dude, I still say that.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, Johnny, I mean, I do, like, when I'm throwing to you, because I tried to, before all the games, if we had a cage, dude, I was in there throwing to y'all motherfuckers. I was trying to put a little zip on it. I wasn't trying to lob it in there. I was trying to make sure y'all were ready to go. And dude, you were always hitting the ball like real well back at me. I know you didn't always have opportunities to hit in games, and some of that I would like to put on you, man. You were offered some at bats late in games. Maybe it wasn't the most important AB. But like, dude, if you could find a way to lock in for that one AB, I would have loved to seen you with, instead of 9 ABs, man, you could have had like 13. Maybe you had an extra 2 hits in there. All of a sudden, dude, you're about like 350.
Yeah, I do say in a lot of podcasts that, it was, again, nothing towards you, nothing towards Sean, nothing. You guys know I love y'all. It was kind of fucked up sitting for a little bit. And I know I talked to you about it multiple times. But, some of those I did. And I will say I turned down batting. The Blue Jays game, I think it was the first one at Bond. No, the second one at Bond. I did not have a bat.
Yes.
And that's because I just didn't want to have a bat. And I touched about it with Brock.
Did you try end up pitching? Did you pitch?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that whole game I was just sitting on the bench. But half of it was my fault.
Play, though.
Yeah, half of it was my fault. I admit that. I've said that countless of times.
Yeah.
But I did touch on with Brock. Yeah. I think I want somebody up there who, especially with the depression, just knowing, like, this is going to get dark really quick, and I really do apologize.
Yeah. I'll take over at some point.
I say that laughing because I hear myself talk a lot. There's a lot of podcasts that get recorded that don't go out because of how dark it gets, but
hey, I've been on some of those podcasts, so
from somebody who actually just wants to die, I don't want to die from getting hit in the head. I've had a lot of head injuries in my life, and that's something that truthfully scares me to oblivion. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Even with the backyard wrestling content, I've taken headshots, and I've repeatedly told numerous of people, don't lay it in. Hit me, but don't lay it in. Don't go full on, because that's something I'm terrified of. Even when it comes to chair shots, for those of you who don't know the wrestling business, you get your hands up and you make it look like it hit you. Even with those shits, I'm like out to here, but since I'm so short or somebody's blocking the camera, it looks like they're hitting me in the head. But truthfully, look how much room I have. But that's why I like diverse people that I trust. Like, I think his name is Jeffrey on the Tri-Sox. I've seen him countless of times. I know what's coming, not to that sense of every single pitch. But I know Meso. Meso's a guy that I know I can put my trust in him, that he's not going to intentionally hit me. And he's not going to throw me anything inside to where it's like, oh shit, I'm terrified. I'm trying to think a couple others. Fuck, the guy on the Cubs that looked like the Dude Perfect guy. I forget what the
you
guy's
talking about
name
the
was.
guy that Evan hit?
No, the guy on the Cubs.
Oh.
He was only a pitcher.
Oh, I never played the Cubs. In 2 years, I missed all 4 games against the Cubs.
I think his name was Tyler. I think somebody out there will know who I'm talking about because one of the Cubs guys plays on the Tri-Sox now. But him, I would never be scared of him because I knew what was coming. He was always a breaking ball guy. I knew he wasn't going to hit me on purpose. There's just guys like that. Even Keyshawn. I love versing him because he doesn't throw anything inside. But a couple of those guys, even the Oaks guy, the lefty that I thought I was going to strike out on, I know you remember that game.
Oh, yeah. Is that Logan? Is that Logan? Or is Logan a lefty?
I have no idea what
that was their sidearm guy that started the game.
That throws 85, 90, or 80 at least.
Yeah, I don't think he's throwing 9. Yeah, I don't think he's throwing that hard. But he's throwing decent. Yeah.
To me, it looks 90.
I did. Yeah, when I faced him the couple times, I had one really good AB with him to start the second game at Bond. I don't know if you remember. It was like a 12, maybe 10 or 12 pitch AB, and then he ended up hitting me.
Yeah.
With a pitch. But that felt really good, I will say. I lacked some confidence at some points this year just because of the coaching aspect. I was so worried about everything else. And it's funny because at the same time, I tried to take myself. Like, dude, I didn't make lineups. I didn't make a single lineup this year. And that's what was tough. People would come up to me and try to, maybe complain about where they were in the lineup or the lack of playing time in terms of defense. And, defense, we tried to just let the whole team figure itself out. But, dude, I tried to vouch so hard for players that weren't in the hitting lineup. I don't know if you remember, but, 5th or 6th inning, I'm like, all right, we got to start getting guys in. Sorry, just to circle all that back in, that was not something that Johnny, I tried to be very conscious of your play time. It was harder in some games than it was in others. Dude, that last championship game, I don't know if you said it or not, but the vibe, we kind of knew we were going to lose there towards the end of the game. We worked so hard this season, or at least I feel like we did as a team. I kind of came out of it there at the end is ultimately what I'm trying to say. But
and I told you after that game, I said, now if I versed, of course, I think their starter, the Cardinal starter, was Brady. I'm getting to know him too. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't want to bet against him. It's nothing against him. But if you guys shared the lineup, then I could still pick and choose when I wanted to at bat and when I didn't want to at bat.
What do you mean? What do you mean share the lineup?
Share the lineup. Like Devin and Jackson.
The line share.
Yeah, the line share. That's it.
Yes. Can I be honest about that?
Yeah.
Well, dude, when I heard about line share, it screamed Johnny Mac to me. Because, dude, you're a better hitter than a lot of the kids on this team, but, if I'm being completely honest, you are probably bottom 2 base runner on our team, and I think you would admit that as well.
Yeah.
I hate being on base. Dude, and that's the nice part about a line share is, dude, if you get a hit, you can get a runner for you without us bending the rules, I know a lot of teams just kind of let it happen because they're going to want to do it too. It's a men's league, right? It's fucking too hot outside at some of these games.
And that's why I try to be nice to everybody, too, because they'd rather do something nice for a nice person than something nice for, a dickhead, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you were saying.
But and yeah, ultimately, it just came down to, when I discussed, at least and I'm going to pick on Sean just a little bit right here, but I love Sean. He helped me more than anybody this season in terms of coaching responsibilities. He missed a lot of games there at the end. He ended up having a big move, as you and Austin talk about life. Life happens.
Fuck you, Sean. No, I'm kidding.
But no, and that's not what I'm saying either, but he did. He was very against using line share just for the fact that, it's possible. So, in order for a line share to work properly, you have to get 4 at-bats from that position. And so the way that I saw it, the way that Sean and I ultimately saw it, is the only person on the team that we can line share is the number one batter. And
so
whether
you
or not
have
that's
to have
true,
4 at bats with that.
so that each
them?
person gets 2. Correct.
Okay. So is that a rule, or is that just something you guys were thinking of?
No, so that's the way the line share works. So a line share, so if you and I were in a line share batting for the number one slot, we would be sharing the number one spot. So the first time we go up to the plate, it would be me. And then the second time it would be you. And then the third time it would be me. The fourth time would be you, and so on and so forth and so on. And so, yeah, so you would have to make sure in order for both of those players to get their playoff eligibility, you would ultimately need 4 at bats from that position. And let's be honest, Johnny, I mean, we kind of stunk offensively for a lot of the season. And getting, especially, I didn't think it was going to be a problem with you this season, but I know, Karsh, like you and Austin talk about, life happens. But playoff eligibility was a big concern, especially later on in the season when we kind of had an idea of who needed games and who didn't. But I did try my best every week to make sure that if somebody showed up, they got either 2 ABs or an inning pitch. I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the season, dude, we had that 3-pitch bullpen rotation. It was you, Justin Nolan. Shout out to Justin. And was it Chandler? Chandler, if he was there.
Yeah, Chandler, if he was there. I know Mike Henry was in that rotation at some point.
Yeah. I think Ben maybe had an inning or 2. He was we kind of used him more towards the end of the season. And then, dude, for whatever reason, we kind of got away from that towards the end of the season. RJ kind of started to eat more innings. Austin dude, you can't pull him off the mound when he's got 10 Ks and 7,
No, I even told him
and
that,
a lot
too.
of the ones, and he doesn't want to come out either.
No.
If he was like, oh, I got one more in me, but he's like, yeah, I'm good. He's just sitting there like this on the dugout. Like, yeah, I'm good. Okay. I guess you're going to go the whole game, man.
No one wants that.
Exactly.
That's why I told you I was mad that I didn't play on the second one. But
and dude, Johnny, you have every right. You have every right to be upset, and I understand. You drove a long way and you didn't play. I get it.
And I couldn't be that much mad because, number one, it's hard to be mad at y'all. It really is. Like, me and you had, I think it was an hour conversation that week. And I feel like you're one of the guys that I can go to throughout anything, because, not to say anything bad about anybody else or feel that way about anybody else, but I feel like you come at it with a level head. So if I start yelling, you're not going to yell back at me. You're going to wait till I come down and be like, okay, well, this is the thought process going into this. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And a big part, and I will say I haven't always been that way. So it's definitely, I drank enough beer. I did whatever, and I matured enough is the correct way to say that. Drank enough beer. But no, and dude, it's better. And you and I have had this discussion because I remember every year there's one game like this, and ultimately it happened in the playoffs. And last year,
bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Wow. Excuse me. So I am a little bit sick. I said that earlier.
Yeah, he said that before we were starting recording.
Oh yeah. My voice is a little off. I'm having to blow my nose a little bit. But shit, what was I saying?
Yeah, it happened multiple.
And Johnny, I did when one of the goals of mine was to try to make sure that didn't happen, and ultimately for it to happen in the playoffs, dude. Like, I know that hurt. And I know that Austin said, before, or we said as a collective that we were going to try to play our best, and we weren't going to worry about necessarily getting players into play. But we should have at least got you in there to take an AB. I think maybe you got offered one late in the game, but I think you told me you kind of looked at it like a pity AB. Yeah. And I just challenge you to try to take that, man. And well,
that was the Rattlers. That was the Rattlers game. The only reason why I
Gotcha.
turned it down was because their other guy was throwing. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
okay.
that guy that felt like was throwing BP. Again, no offense to that guy.
Yeah. Hey, I had 2 doubles off him. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I just didn't want to verse that guy. I'd rather be more comfortable with the other guy who's got some zip to him, but also is like more just lobbing it than somebody who's coming up there and trying to pump 90 the entire game. And that's why I originally turned that one down. I don't think, to my knowledge, again, I could be wrong, I don't think I was offered an at-bat in the Cardinals game.
Okay.
To my knowledge.
And that's fair.
And like I said, I was pissed. I mean, everybody knew that. I mean, you can see it in the video when the video actually does come out eventually. Even Lisa and Brock's girlfriend said it.
Are you going to drop the video?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. I remember Ryan asked for it. Ryan asked for it like the next day. You were like, Johnny Mac, no vid?
I felt so bad.
You just left him hanging, you asshole.
Yeah, I know. I felt so bad, but I was like, I need a week or two to calm down and just process everything. Because you could see me just like immediately take off my hat, and I was just like the last one out there, or the second to last. And everybody's like, again, it's a men's league. You can't get really upset, but you can get upset at certain things. And again, I was upset, but I couldn't be physically as mad as I wanted to be, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah. And when you were talking to me, I didn't feel like, and I would have probably told you if I thought that you were being disrespectful or out of line. But I do, man. And like I said earlier, I understand. You know, you drive. I think you said it was 2 hours to get to that DAP, and to not be able to play.
Plus went into debt. Yeah.
So, now ultimately, that's on the life thing. I can't. The Brews can't take the blame for.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
Hey,
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying
I got the pay sheet right here, bro. Hey, let's see how much money Johnny Mac paid. Yeah, you shouldn't be in debt because of the Brews.
No, I was saying because the Brews are the only reason why I went and bought the car.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's what I was.
So you're saying you don't drive it ever? You don't drive it to work. You don't drive it.
No, I do now, but not like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The Cobalt rarely got used, except for Sundays.
I still remember us clearing out did we jump the battery or we?
Yeah.
We might have replaced the battery.
Jumped it because Lisa cough left the lights on.
Yeah. Teddy wouldn't admit it, but yeah, he did it to his brother. Teddy used auto lights. His brother's got a little bit older car, you know, it doesn't have auto lights.
Dude, I still turn mine on and off. Like, I won't even use the auto setting.
Yeah.
I'll turn them on and I'll turn them off. Just for that reason.
And did you get a 20, was it like a new camera, like 2024 or 25 or, I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter what year.
I think it's 25.
25, hell yeah, dude.
It was brand new. It was right off the truck. It had 9 miles on it.
9 miles. Somebody drove it down the block?
Yeah, now it's got like 3,000, I think.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. When'd you get it? It was June or July?
August.
We got there.
I think it was the 24th, because 25th was my dad's death anniversary. And I had it for that.
And if I'm not mistaken, our last game was the 30th or 31st maybe of August.
Like that.
But Johnny, I wanted to ask you a question as you're taking off and on your headphones here.
Yeah, they kept sliding down my head.
I had wrote one question. So a question that I've heard you ask some of the other people, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the season? I'll dumb it down for you a little bit more. I'm curious on what you thought of the season as a whole. I know you didn't make as many games as you would have liked because of some of the car issues, and I know you were in between jobs there for a minute.
Still am.
But what do you think about our 2025 Brews? What do you think we need most improved on heading into next season? And yeah, let's start there.
So
I had that written down.
disclaimer to everybody, real quick. This will be like, I call it, I look up to certain people for journalism, and certain sides come out. So the guy I've been most watching now is Broads. He's a Philly guy. Talks about Flyers, talks about Phillies, talks about the Eagles. I'll get into the point here of why I bring this up.
That's
because you'll see that side of him, and that side is kind of like, he tells you how it is. And from on paper, this season was disappointing. I'll put it that way.
I agree.
At times, it was. I love to use this line. There's a show called Leonard Kenny. I don't know if you know it.
I can't say I do.
So it's the guy that made Shorzy, but he plays a whole different character, and he directed it himself. He produced it himself. Stars in it. In one of the episodes, there's a couple guys playing hockey for a college, and their college coach comes in after a loss and just yells, "Fucking embarrassing," and that's all he could say. Now, at times, that made me feel like that. I'm not gonna lie. But majority of it was just disappointing. It kind of reminded me of watching the Phillies, if I'm honest. There was good moments, and then there was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what, did we not wake up this morning, or did we fucking drink too much last night, or what the fuck, what's going on? And then I would look at the dugout, and again, Mikey's probably gonna hate me for this, but seeing him commit the error and then seeing him come in and throw his glove and being all pissed off, and that's the one thing.
Are you referring to the playoff game?
Yes. Yeah.
That Saturday? Gotcha.
I hate when people do that, but I understand why people do that. And the reason why I hate when people do that is because, number one, you're in the dugout. Number two, prime example, somebody did it, I think in game 1 or game 2. I think it was actually Devin. Throws the helmet bounces up and hits somebody next to him.
Yeah.
Cut the shit off. You want to go throw a temper tantrum, as I'm going to call it. No, that's not the correct word for it, but
that's fair. No, it is the correct word.
Go outside the dugout and cool the fuck off. Like, immediately. Just go outside the dugout, cool the fuck off, come back.
Oh, that's gross.
Or do what DJ does. DJ will fucking, I love him to death, like I said. I love him to death. His moments, though, he has gotten better, and I told him this. Since the first time I met him, he has gotten 110% better. If you want to have a temper tantrum, meltdown, whatever the hell you want to call it, do it before you get to the dugout. If there's a fence in front of the dugout and you want to throw something, throw the bat right against the fence. Do not wait to come in the dugout and do it. Because then you start to not only you're demoralizing the team at that point. Because let's face it, I hate to bring it up, but the Sean and Sam thing that happened last year,
it was unacceptable.
It created tension too. It created a feel of nobody wants to fucking be here. That just proved it, because you can't get along. And that's what it creates. When people see that, it's like, shit, you know what? We are losing 10-4. Shit, we are losing 4-2 in this last thing. We haven't been able to hit the ball today. And seeing that shit happen constantly, especially, like I said, being in the dugout, not having playing time, just, it takes a lot out of you. It brings it, shit, I should be fucking pissed off right now. But hey, there is a whole different game. It's not like you were taking out of the game, number one. I think Mikey was fine from that point on. Except for that one error. Maybe 2, but from that point on, that's 2 errors in 2 innings. You still have fucking 6 innings of baseball left. And I think Brock was, I think it was Brock. Man, I can't believe I fucking struck out. I said to him, dude, you have fucking 8 innings of baseball left. You at least have 3 more at-bats. More than I do. Let it go and get the fuck back up there.
Yeah. Hey, I love that, Johnny.
Like, I will take digs at myself and other people. Like, that's something you will see out of me. I don't do it on purpose. It's just who the fuck I am. But it's just you gotta get over it. If I'm getting over being benched, there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting over striking out of the plate or throwing a ball that was an error or missing a ball that was an error or dropping a ball, dropping a catch, missing a pitch, whatever the case is. And my mom said it best last night because I talked to her about shit being in DoorDash because she'll go with me being so late at night. Especially being in this ghetto ass city, as I like to call it. But she said it best.
It's dangerous down there.
Yes, she said it best last night. You're there to have fun. That's it. You're there to have fun. Who the hell gives a shit? You make errors. Look at, again, I hate to bring it up, but look at the Phillies batting order this year. For 4 games of the DS. They sucked.
Yeah.
And they took that into every single game this season. Nick Castellanos isn't probably coming back because he said, I hate when this fucking crowd gets on you because it makes me feel nervous like I'm going to fuck up again, and then when I do, you boo the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You deserve to be booed. You're going to fuck up, you deserve to be booed. And that's why I like Philly so fucking much.
It's tough.
We will let you know. And that's why I do these little rants too on the podcast this year. Because you gotta fucking, you gotta pay attention. It's just that simple. You're out there to have fun. Fuck everything else. You're out there to have fun. Did you have fun this season? That's all that fucking matters. You spent a good amount of money. Let's not sugarcoat it. We know.
Yeah.
Did you have fun, and was it worth the money that you spent? I totally went off that question. What was the question? It's the ADHD.
No, I mean you did not answer the question, but you were around it. Ultimately, I asked, like, how did you think the season went, and what do you think we can improve on heading into next season? But no, before you go off, I would like to add that, like, dude, you're 100% correct. And before I became the coach this season, I had to check myself, bro. Like, dude, in you and Devin's podcast, you told Devin that I went off on that little short umpire when he was going in on DJ.
Which was hilarious.
And it was hilarious, but in the same breath, it was wrong of me to do that. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, I'm not a turn the other cheek kind of guy, right? If you say something I don't like, I usually am going to let you know that I don't like it. But for me to attack something as I mean, dude, like, a dude's height, you know, like, he has no control over that. Like, for me to just be an asshole about it, you know, like, the way, just to finish real quick, when you told Devin that story, Devin was surprised that I had done something like that. And I love that just shows you, you know, the difference between, I feel like I have matured a lot. I mean, I'm paying for my own health insurance now. I'm 26, right? So,
fuck health insurance.
Yeah, fuck. I'm paying for it, but you know, I do blue collar work, dude. If I get injured, I gotta get, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need 2 hands for baseball, and damn, dude, I really like 2 feet too. So
well,
I probably don't have to have those, but
like I've said multiple times about that incident, it's okay to go off on somebody. I went off on Marty. People forget about that, and that was unintentional. That was just a heat of the moment, and I apologized afterwards. You could hear it in the video. And I asked him, okay, what did you see that was called a ball or a balk? And he sat there and explained it to me like a human being. We all have that human intentions and I forget what the fuck I was going to say there in that word. Tensions, I guess.
Yeah.
But the way the DJ handled it, I think it should have been handled a little bit better. I've said that before. But in that moment, I think it was deserved. because those 2 games that we played were horrendous by that umpire. And the fact that he yelled at not only Dylan, who was just coming back after having surgery, but the fact that he yelled at Hannah because she let him know, as a fan, which you have the right to do, that you missed a call, was inexcusable. And I'm glad that umpire we did not have him this year.
Yeah, and dude, I totally hear what you're saying, but like, I am curious, and I always try to like put myself in the other person's shoes. But like, what is it that we did to make him feel that way? Because I remember he told Dylan was walking up on the field, and I even told that umpire, I said, dude, that's the one guy on this team that you need to respect. And he didn't like that I said that.
He was
like, I need to be respected. I was like, what did he say to you, sir?
He was mad because Dylan was questioning a call. But again, as a fan, you have the right to do that. This is baseball.
And we had Dylan looking like our coach that game. He was in the dugout with us. He was not in uniform. He did not have baseball pants on. Let's see what my battery's at. I'm good.
As a fan, if I go to Kylie's game or Juliana's game or to a nephew or a niece or whoever the case is, that is my right. Now, I have to not cross a line like some of these parents are doing, but I have the right to let you know, hey, Blue, you missed that call. Respectfully, of course. But that is what you're doing as an umpire. You're literally signing up to hear people's mouths. If you cannot, especially in 2025, if you cannot take it, you should not be out on that field. The same goes for us. If we cannot play baseball, we should not be out on that field. And that's why I got so...
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from.
And especially after hearing what Jamari said about him going up to him the next week and being like, oh yeah, the Brews, and him rolling his eyes and sighing like, oh yeah, I hate those fucking guys.
Yeah.
Dude, you're 50 years old? What are you still doing? Talking shit about an 18-plus league. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really tough for me just because I don't know that guy at all, right? So like it's possible that maybe something disrespectful was said to him, and I wasn't the coach at that time, so like, dude, I didn't give. And that's the difference between me being coach and me not being coach was I kind of felt like I could be an asshole a little bit. I think a low point of my career was stepping on that one dude's ankle.
Well, that wasn't even your fault.
I don't think it was, but dude, it happened. You know what I'm saying? It happened. He was hurting. Like, it wasn't like I don't know where I stepped on. I don't know if it was the foot or the ankle, but he was hurting,
Well, you could tell you didn't do it on purpose because you went up to him as he was showing stubborn in pain. It was like, of course, after time was called, but you were checking on him. The one thing that pissed off everybody was that guy that got ejected shouldn't have came back in the premises.
But, and that's tough. Well, I forgot that he had gotten ejected previously, so you're actually 100% right. But like, dude, like Johnny, if you were playing first base, I know you're never going to play first base, at least as far as I know.
My height keeps me out of that. That's why.
Yeah, that's me too, and I'm a little bit taller than you, shorties. But dude, if somebody had stepped on your ankle on first base, like, dude, I would be out there. I wouldn't be trying to punch a dude in the face, but I would be out there at least not being nice to that guy.
No,
and that's what's different about being coach. Like, bro, I can't go out there and I can't instigate shit like that. And that's where, and I'm not trying to talk down on the Blue Jays, but that's where I thought the Blue Jays coach wasn't doing his job. He needed to lead by example, and I had told him that. And I think he even thought I was being disrespectful when I said that. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I just, dude, you're the coach of the team. You gotta lead by example. And like, who am I to go out there bitching at an umpire? Like, dude, everybody else is gonna start bitching at the umpire. So
and that's what I think this league should do better of is I I think if you actually get kicked out of the game, fuck being suspended, pay a fine, and until you pay that fine, you cannot come back. That fine could be $5, it could be 25, it could be 50, it could be 100, it could be a fucking dollar. But that way, you have now in what's the word I'm looking for? A punishment suitable for what you did. It makes you think of what you did and hold these umpires accountable. If they produce a shitty game, and let's be honest, the Squirrels and us both said that umpire did a shitty game. So there is a problem there. And that's why I felt so bad for the Squirrels at that point, because he cost the Squirrels the game, just like if we would have lost, he cost us the game.
Hey, nah, fuck that. Bro, we won that game. I remember that game. I've watched that video numerous times.
Oh, I know,
and
but
we got to
you
make sure
still...
the videos are back next year, by the way. We need them videos back, baby. Dude, I missed them this year. I missed them so much. Even some of the games you came to, I don't think you dropped the vids on. Always, but
just because, like, the Jersey one, I was lazy with it. The Jersey one where my aunt came out to, and then that following week we went to Jersey. That one was kind of hard because we ended up losing, number one.
Yeah.
But number two, it just felt like we didn't play as good as we should have. And I just didn't want to go back and watch I didn't want to go back and watch that video and having to post that shit. So I was like, fuck this shit. Scrap that one. I scrapped the first Blue Jays one too. And it's nothing against the Blue Jays. It's just that that game was 11-1. That's not an entertaining game.
Yeah, but that's where I disagree. That's where I disagree. So, like, obviously the Brews players are probably going to skip over that one. But it is, I mean, dude, like just you're talking about like trying to like put a spotlight on the league as whole. Like, dude, that just builds up. Now, obviously, we didn't want as much beef with them I didn't want as much beef with them as we ended up having in that second game. But the first game, like, you could have still gotten a ton of views, and I'm thinking more from like a production standpoint than I am of the coach standpoint. But, you know, you still would have got a ton of views. You know, Blue Jays players would have been sending it to their mom. Yo, look at this nice double I had, or, you know, or Keyshawn, look at me strike out 8. I think he had like 10 strikeouts that game. It wasn't good.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, as a fan's perspective, like, take out all the players. Okay, and I hate to do this as an example because, like you said, like, the second one, let's be honest, nobody should have to go through that. They shouldn't have. We shouldn't have. Both parties involved were wrong. I've said that multiple times. I'm not going to sit here and say that our guy wasn't wrong, and I'm not going to say their guy wasn't wrong. The only guy I will blame is the shortstop. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But as a fan perspective, looking at that second game, okay, you had the tension, drama, and the score of a one-run game. Defensively, both teams showed out. Offensively, both teams showed out. It was 7-6. And the game went 9 innings. It ended in a walk-off.
Yeah.
That's something I would watch over an 11-1 game.
Yeah. And you even said in your video with Austin that game was super entertaining.
Exactly.
So
and I've said this multiple times. And I said this to my mom the other night. I'm one for fucking shit talking. It's what makes a game a game. Just don't have... Bless you.
Shit.
Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you. But Austin said the same thing too about he likes a little bit of bickering, I think is the word he used.
As a white man, I probably shouldn't say this, but as a person just trying to get his point across, I don't want you to cross the line like you don't want me to come out there and say the N-word. That's the line that I want not crossed. You can call me everything else in the book, but don't cross that line as if you would be offended if I said that. That's the line
fair.
I don't want crossed. And I felt like both teams crossed that line. Now, the whole thing in the parking lot is a different story, which we won't talk about. But I felt like the shortstop crossed that line when he said "suck my dick." And I said this to Mom the other night. First of all, Deshaun I know has kids because I played with Deshaun. I know he has kids.
Can I ask real quick? Is Deshaun the first baseman or the one that pitches? And I was so bad with their names. I was
First
calling
baseman.
one. Okay, so Deshaun is their coach.
Keyshawn. So the one that pitches is Keyshawn. The one at first base is Deshaun.
Oh, Deshaun told me he was the coach. They may be co-coach.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Sorry. And ultimately, I have a lot of respect for both of them. Honestly, all of their team. I love their catcher. I don't even know his name at all. Xavier. I think he was at the first All-Star game I went to. I got to bend his ear a little bit. He was on our team.
I tried to get him on the podcast too.
Yeah, he was great. And Deshaun and Keyshawn, and Logan even. And I don't think Logan was even in the parking lot there at the end. And if he was, he didn't say much.
He was for the first part before DJ came out, and then after that, I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, I just hope we can find a way to move past that. 2 years ago when we won the American League, that was against the Cougars at the time, if you remember. And we had some really awesome matchups. One of the game was, and we're in a men's, and back in 2023 when I started, this was as men league as it got, dude. People were missing ground balls, pop-ups would drop. We were ending games 22-16. Like that's a football score,
like Jamari's game against the Bulldogs in the heat.
At Hillside. Now that game, it was like 105 degrees out, and for whatever reason, we started at noon. That was the worst decision ever.
Playing in that was the worst decision ever. What do you mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. But just to finish that, I hope that we could find a way to move past that. I mean, guys, we were arguing over really nothing. I mean, let's be honest.
And I said in Brock's podcast, not to cut you off, I mean, if they want to come on and talk,
no, please
that's fine. If you want to come on and talk about, that's fine. Just the one thing I have is it has to be a level-headed person. I'm not going to sit here and yell with you, but I will have points to get across. Okay, well, this is how we felt. We are grown-ass adults. If you want to have somebody come on, level-headedly, and have a conversation, like when Logan came on the podcast, they were talking about DJ. Now, yeah, I didn't stick up for DJ as much as I should have, but at the same time, that's how they felt. I could not argue over the way that they felt.
Wait, hang on. Did you say Logan? You have a podcast with Logan?
Yeah, Logan. You don't remember that episode?
You're talking about years ago. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, it was bad. Yes, I remember. I remember, yes.
It was calm.
I do remember.
It was funny.
I thought it was recent, sorry.
No. It was calm. It was funny. It was level-headed. You know what I'm saying? Even like with you, I told you about the suspension. I don't think that was right. Did I sit here and go, "You're fucking retarded for"? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm glad it's coming out because, like, dude, I hate when like, because I'm not the kind of guy like, dude, if I feel something that I need to tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you. Like Johnny, you and I don't have problems, right? So like, what am I gonna say to you?
Right.
It's like, God damn it, Johnny. But and we made a tough decision to ultimately suspend him for 2 games, but it wasn't to single him out, unfortunately. It was more to make sure it didn't happen again,
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say shit that, again, I shouldn't have just said the R word. I might get canceled for that, but it came out, so I apologize. But it just came out.
It's worse words to say.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna sit here and have that argument, especially on a podcast, Look what the time we're filming this right now. I mean, it's almost 10:30. I'm not going to sit here and have this conversation at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and get loud when just in the other room, Lisa's got kids that are sleeping. Lisa's trying to sleep for work. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I brought that attention in the group chat, because obviously I'm all for content, but I'm not going to stir the pot unless you ask for me to stir the pot. But like this is another thing I said to Mom during that whole thing in the parking lot. I was filming the back of them, and that's not just because I was scared of them or whatever. That was out of courtesy, because now if it does go viral, if somebody does see it like their kid, they can't single-handedly say that was them. Unless you know that person, like their voice or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I did it that way. I'm still in the content, you know. I've told Lisa, even if I fucking get hurt and I am almost dying on the field, don't stop recording, because that's content.
All right.
I mean, I've done stupid shit for content.
Hey, but with that, hang on. I'd like to defend you for a second. When Dylan's accident happened last year, you could have very easily have posted a very gruesome moment and probably gotten. I mean, let's be honest, gruesome videos, although it's not good, people like watching shit like that. I'm not one of those people, but I know that it exists. And you decided to be a human being and use your heart. And I appreciate you for that. So
that's also because DJ and both Dylan said not to put it in, and I was scared. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Dylan's not a guy you want mad at you.
I was surprised though when he messaged me on Messenger and was like, "Can you send me that clip?" Because obviously I still had the clip. I mean, I'm not gonna. I deleted as time goes on. I don't hang on to clips, but and I kind of figured like he might want it down the road. And the only reason why I did not put it in the video was out of respect for him, obviously, but because, was it Caitlin is his wife or his girlfriend?
Yes, yeah, and she was damn near about to bust.
Yep.
Sorry, she was very pregnant. Sorry, that was I could have said that better.
Bad timing.
Not the pop. Yeah.
But I didn't want his kid going on one day looking at that video either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So they were already put through the ringer as it was.
But give yourself some credit. You know, you're not just after you were like, I'll do anything for some views. You know, you could have very well have been like, oh, fuck you, Dylan, and did it anyways. But that's not who you are. So.
And Sam, the 1 year before you joined, he almost blew out his hamstring at first.
I didn't know that.
He told me, don't post that in the video. And I didn't. I mean, now, like I said, I've done some crazy shit. That's Emily got turned down, which thank God. But, like, there was this one episode, I don't know if you watched, but dealing with the Mac Squad. It's a thing I'm promoting like a motherfucker. I had the idea, of course, I was fucked up to it at that point because losing Dad. And I thought the world was out to get me. But the purpose of that video, that series, was for me to fight back. And I originally named it Fighting Back, but there were some copyright issues, so I named it Dealing with the Mac Squad. In that series, I could think of 4 or 5 times that I had an idea, which I'm thankful Lisa, her ex, David, which was my friend, Caitlin, which was Lisa's friend, Haley, Brandon, all those people said, no, you're not fucking doing this shit. One of those was getting hit by a car.
Okay, yeah.
The
that
other
sounds
one,
like something you shouldn't do.
You know what light tubes are, right?
Light tubes?
Light tubes.
I'm not familiar with that.
The fluorescent tubes.
Like a glow stick? Why am I thinking of a glow stick?
It's a thing that you hang up like in a school, a big ass light.
Oh, yeah. The classroom lights. Yeah. The long ass. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So deathmatch wrestling uses those. They're called light tubes. I wanted to get
Okay.
hit with a light tube for an episode.
All right.
There was so much shit, and I had the behind the scenes footage, but again, getting evicted, you're not really worried about everything as you should be when you only got like a certain amount of time to get everything you need out. My dad's laptop was lost, and I had everything on it. So, if you have an HP laptop and you had shit on it, please reach the fuck out to me because that footage is awesome. But
oh my goodness.
Back on the content side of things, I'm not gonna sit there and do something that I wouldn't want out there, but I am going to film, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and please continue. I mean, dude, to be honest, one of the, and you were on the Brews. Well, it's always been the Brews to me. But
it
you know, as
Bulls, the
Macairas,
the Brews
before then, and dude, I've never had footage of my baseball games. My dad always would record my at bats, and I'd go back and on my phone like hit pause and play really quickly so you could see like where my body was as I was turning through the baseball. And I would try to like take notes and try to improve on certain things, get my elbow up. But like, dude, like it brings me a lot of excitement, and dude, the podcast here in the off season has been great, especially as I built being the coach and having to ask people for money and hey, are you going to play this year? I had to get everybody's phone number, everybody email. Not that I even use anybody's email, but
who uses email anymore, John? Come on now.
The league requests that when you input somebody as in your player roster, it's got their phone number and their email. For whatever reason. So I know they got to do the waiver and stuff, so it's got to match the emails.
Rob's just old school.
He is. But man, I think he does an excellent job. I drove to his house back in March or April to pick up all the game balls. He gave me a nice little Marucci bucket. That was the second. So I mean, I'm sure you recognize the old Sam's paint bucket that's still our ball. But next year it'll probably just be the Marucci bucket. We'll retire the paint bucket. She'll get to rest in peace finally. She hasn't had paint in her for over a decade, I'm sure.
Dude, I love Rob.
So,
I mean, Rob, like I said, I will criticize the league, but
and
I
him
love
doing
Rob
a podcast
together.
with you was so cool, dude.
Dude, I thought he was never going to reach out to me. I reached out, and Lisa can attest to this. I said, "How cool would it be to get Rob on the podcast?" And she goes, "Yeah, you should do it. Reach out to him." So I sent him an email. I said, "Bro, he's probably not gonna fucking respond back to this. He's not."
No, Rob is he's stand-up guy.
Oh yeah, and getting to talk to him and hearing his stories, and that man goes through a lot of shit, and people don't realize that.
Yeah, that was the most professional podcast. I mean, I'm sitting here drinking beer. I think you said it was 10:30, so what's that? 2.5 hours we've been doing this.
Yeah, almost 3 at this point.
But yeah, you and Rob was great, and we can cut it short. I know we've gotten super off track multiple times, but it's good to catch up with you, man. And this year, I will say, dude, it was scary being the head coach. I thought I was going to let a lot of people down, but especially hearing some of the positive things that Devin and dude Austin gave me one of the best compliments I'd ever gotten in that, like the end of the podcast there. He was like, you got to consider John for MVP, and I'm like, whoa, I'm like, I should not be considered for MVP.
Dude, you led their team in average. You're getting considered
because the only reason I was 5 for 6 in the last 2 games. So I mean that
doesn't matter.
2 doubles and 3 singles.
If I'm in the talks, you're in the talks. I hope you know this.
And the only reason I wouldn't consider you in the talks is just for lack of like you like in years past you've had 40 30 ABs, maybe more than that. I'm not
30 strikeouts,
dude,
20 strikeouts.
My first year in the league, I don't think you missed a game. If you did, it might have been one, maybe two. You maybe went to Philly or something, and then 2024, I think you went to Philly, so you missed one or two.
I've always missed one or two.
Not this year, but I know life happened, as you and Austin talked about.
Shit happens.
But yes, that's what we end up saying. But
shit happens. Now I'm starting to realize how much life was simpler when I was a kid. And everything else.
Yeah, and it's funny, as a kid, like, all you want to do is get out of fucking get out of school, right? So, like, you can't wait to get your job, and life's finna go easy, and then here we are, dude, like, I save all my money, and I'm still not sure if I'll ever, like, own a house, Dude,
you want to talk about saving money? The only thing I work for right now is paying off the car debt. That is how much money I'm in debt right now. I only go to work to pay the car. Nothing
I will
else.
say, I had a part-time job in college, and that was student loans kind of. It was a zero. Yes, I wasn't worried about I didn't have to pay my student loans up front, and so it was just my car payment. I don't even think I was paying for my car insurance at the time. But like, dude, $238, I thought it was like the world,
I wish.
I know this was also in 2018, right? So this is before COVID, before Trump's tariffs.
I wish.
Yeah. Well, dude, when I was in Florida right before the playoffs, they were advertising right off the side of like one of the major. It wasn't even a highway. It was called Miracle Stripway. It was right off the Gulf Coast, and they were advertising a Hummer for $899 a month. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And they said it was discounted. I'm like,
"What? I should have got the Hummer."
Dude, Johnny, I couldn't afford that. Are you kidding?
Dude, I will tell you off once we stopped recording. I will tell you my fucking monthly rate and my interest. I guarantee you will shit yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, how the fuck Honestly, are you paying this?
Johnny, I gotta be honest. If it's more than that, I don't want to know. I'm being completely honest with you. But I mean, I will say it's getting really hard. And like, I mean, Johnny, I don't know if you even want kids at some point in your life, but like,
with Lisa,
I got a dog sleeping right here. Let's see if we can see the dog. There's the dog. He's been snoozing this whole fucking podcast. I can barely afford him and we're about to lose a roommate. So instead of splitting the rent in 3, we're gonna be splitting it in 2. I feel for our generation, man.
Dude, I do too. I tell Lisa this all the fucking time because me and her get into it sometimes, and I say to her, "Dude, be thankful you still have Wanda," which again, that's my mom's shoot name. Again, I'm not gonna go into why we do that, but it's an inside joke. It's not disrespectful. Just relax.
Hey, keep talking, Johnny. I'm with you.
Yeah. And just having the ability to actually just ask for help when you need it. I mean, it's crazy to say, but being 26, not having dad here, compared to when Lisa was 26, or 18, let's go 18 because that makes more sense. Having her just have 2 parents to go to if she needed help with a bill, or if she, for instance, taxes. Like, how do I do taxes? And asking dad, like, hey, can you walk me through taxes? And this is why I tell everybody, like, please, for the love of God, if you still have your parents in your life, if you think it is a fucking pain in the ass, just do it. I don't care if it's a cookout, a birthday party, fucking going to church. I don't care. Do it. If both your parents are there, do it. Because there is times that I wish I could go back and fucking hell, even get argued with my dad. Me and him didn't really see eye to eye throughout his last months of life because I didn't understand what was happening.
When as a kid, I can't imagine what you went through, you know?
I mean, I knew he was dying, but I didn't know that his brain would go, which a lot of people will say it didn't go, but it did because hearing, like, he was just, it was like a zombie at that point. I mean, towards the end. It was, So I still say his brain went, but I didn't understand the pain that they went through. My aunt, which my mom's sister, went through breast cancer in 15.
Yep.
And of course, like, I didn't know anything. I was like maybe 15, 16, maybe 14. I didn't know anything about breast cancer. I knew that she was dying, and I felt bad for her daughter and her son, and for the entire family that, grew up with her. But until dad got hit with esophageal cancer, it's like, dude, why can't you hold anything down? Why do I have to get out of school? And this is another thing that people don't understand. I was in and out of school throughout my senior year. Bless you.
Thank you.
I was in and out of school through my senior year. At the end there, I didn't know if I was going to graduate. The only reason why I did graduate was because they felt bad that he had cancer. So they just pushed me through. I had doctor's appointments. I had to drive to Philly to it at 17 because he had chemo and he couldn't drive.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny, you grew up fast, man, and I can sit here and show you sympathy, but unfortunately, I can't imagine what it is that you went through, dude. That sounds really tough, man. And all I would encourage you is just try to remember the good parts, you know.
Oh yeah, I try to. That's why I have the depression though too.
For me. Yeah.
Because I was so mentally fucked up. This is gonna be fucking dark to say and sad to say, but I didn't cry at his funeral. It wasn't for the fact that, oh well, men aren't supposed to cry, like that thinking. It was just because I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
I wanted to think mom was playing a sick joke on us when she told us. You know.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
And yeah. I didn't cry until I think it was the 21 gun salute. The trumpets. The brr.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's when
it hit me. But Dad still plays that at funerals.
That's when it hit me because growing up we watched NCIS and that was a sign that they died. So it went, oh shit, he's actually gone.
Yeah.
And then me and my friend played a blitzball game and I threw a no-hitter that night.
There you go.
I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but that's still an accomplishment.
Sounds like you were able to channel that emotion in a healthy and a sporty way. So
yeah, I mean, I feel bad for that kid because I went off on him a couple years later. But do you blame me? I mean, so much shit going on. I didn't really know how to handle shit. Still don't, but
yeah, and I don't know if you remember, when I was kind of trying to help you, or I don't know if help you is the correct word. I was trying to encourage you to almost move closer to, not necessarily Durham, but somewhere closer to where you had more of the team in drivable distance to where, like, dude, if you live 20 minutes away, I'll come fucking see you on a Thursday if you want,
Right.
But unfortunately, with where you live, like, it limits us to Saturday, And I just, the one thing I do think would really be beneficial is just like, having some more like male role models for you too. I know you live with, Lisa's amazing, all the
When she
girls.
wants
I
to
know
be.
grandma. Yeah, when she wants. Yeah, right.
She don't listen to this
But
podcast, thank God.
I think for confidence, because that's something that I struggled with before I had met some men that really helped transform me. For me, it was kind of it was when I didn't make the team my senior year. I decided to, instead of practice baseball, I went to go work out like crazy.
And that's
I
another
was
thing.
kind of doing a little bit of that before.
I just can't do right now, and no matter
Yeah.
how much
Yeah,
time.
you and I've discussed it.
Sean's discussed it, Mike's discussed it, DJ's discussed it. You've discussed it. I just can't seem to get the motivation to do it.
Yeah.
And like, I want to. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like going to the gym. I'm sure that you can. Just flip me off. Those of you who are not watching on YouTube, he flipped me off. That's why I started laughing.
I was building a nice little tissue mound there I wanted to get rid of.
But I'm sure you can attest to it. I'm sure every man can attest to it. Going to the gym by yourself every day will take more toll on you than actually working out does.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
and that's
not
why
that I don't want
maybe
to,
you need a partner, man. Like I work out a lot with that guy that goes to our baseball games, Jared. And he helps motivate me. I kind of have fallen out of motivation since I kind of just like, yeah, I'll get a little deep on you. Like, I don't trust women at all. So like, I try to channel the horniness into more healthier options, if that makes sense. So like working out kind of helps with that aspect until you see a fine ass chick in the gym, but that's a whole nother fucking story.
I don't blame you for what you just said, because me and you have had talks off camera where you told me, I'm not gonna say it, but why that is, and I don't blame you at all. I really don't.
So,
but it's just
we have talked. Yeah, we had discussed that.
Yeah, that was like one of the first serious conversations we had, and believe it or not, it was on Xbox.
Hey, back when we was playing zombies, man. Dude, did we ever? We were supposed to live stream Black Ops 2 zombies game. Did we ever end up uploading that? Probably not.
You were fucked up that day.
Oh, I'm sure I was.
I was live, but I wasn't talking because I forget who was in it. Oh shit, who was in it with us? It was you, me, and Lisa, and two of your friends.
Oh.
And I forgot who the fuck it was.
It might have been Hunter.
It might have been.
Yeah, that's my Xbox boy.
But we were just sitting there, and you were just fucking drink after drink.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad you brought this up, though. So one of my ideas.
And I will say, I've been drinking this whole time, but I don't drink like I used to. And like I used to, I mean like a year ago. So.
That old, huh?
Sorry, keep going. Keep it going.
The three things I like to talk about in every single episode of this podcast is the ideas I have for team bonding. That's the word I was looking for back at the start of this. Team bonding.
Oh, that was camaraderie.
Yeah.
Camaraderie. Fuck.
One episode is, since I have the Discord, which we are currently live on, is getting together and playing Among Us. As a team.
It's all on your phone?
It's Xbox, PlayStation, phone, computer, anywhere. We have Xbox. We have the Discord, so it's not like you can't hear each other. Just all hop into one call and just live stream that. Because that would be funny as shit.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be fun. I don't know if everybody would be on board to do that, but why not?
The other idea was Lisa's surprise party and the marksman game. Which, I know everybody's like, oh, Fayetteville, guys, shut the fuck up about that, alright? You think I want to go to Fayetteville too?
And you mentioned Lisa's surprise party to me, Is there any update on that? I don't even remember when that's supposed to be. Sorry, Lisa, I don't know your birthday.
So I'll text it to you. And
Sounds good.
You
Yeah,
have
right.
notifications
Yeah,
on, right?
Yeah.
Like if I text you,
Like it'll get a notification. It won't ring or nothing, but like I'll get a notification.
did it just pop up hi?
Yes.
Okay.
He said hi.
All right. So this is the date.
My dog's snoring over there.
That's the date.
Okay. So yeah, I got a little bit of time.
And then this is the idea which me and Mom are trying to do. If I can spell. Because like I said, I don't know if she's going to listen to this or not. And I don't need her friend or something listening to it.
Obviously Sean won't be here. But I mean, I try to, Teddy and I were able to carpool when we lived together and shit. So
yeah, and they got to do that. They got a bar too, which I'm gonna actually talk to them and see if I can just buy my own and bring it, or like set up a tab or something. Because I feel like if I go out and get like 16 cases of beer, that'll still end up being cheaper than paying fucking $10 for one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it'll be that high at where we're going, but it'll be more than what you would if we're drinking. Yeah, if we're drinking beer, yeah. BYOB.
They also have like a whole bunch of shit too, so it's not just that. It's everything. It's expensive, which me and Mom are trying to work on, but I feel like that way everybody, because we do have one family member coming, and one of her friends that have confirmed, but they both have kids. Of course, and it's not the same class. So like one's a teenager, one's a late teenager, and then the other two are like 2, 3, 5. So it's like something that everybody can do collectively is the package that we're going for.
Yeah. I think that works great.
So. And I told Wanda, I said, I need a bar. And she goes, why? I said, I need a bar. I'm infamous for not liking my family, and long story, I'll tell you off podcast. So I need to be at least drinking. I don't need to be hammered, but I need to be at least drinking.
Yeah.
But the Marksman game is in December, and that's $10 a person.
Okay.
So Lisa gets tickets for $10. Both I would need to head count before then, but I feel like those are two ideas that we could all manage. And like Fayetteville, that area seems to be like middle ground for everybody, like Benson would be.
Yeah.
It's like an hour for every person. It's an hour for. For me, it's an hour. For you guys, it's an hour. I mean,
yeah, no, it works great. And dude, and Austin brought this up, and again, I watched it today, so it's fresh. But he was talking about the Woodpeckers game. I mean, that was great. I got shit-faced at the Woodpeckers game. I remember.
Dude, you kept feeding me beer, and Mikey's like, he's not even done his first one.
Yeah. Well, I'd look at you and be like, Johnny Mac, need a beer? And like, I don't even remember you responding. And I was like, all right, he needs one. So,
see, I was good sitting down. And the second I got up, I was like, oh, fuck, this is... Now I understand how John felt.
I just remember that. You had that. It wasn't a regular-sized helmet, but it was the mini helmet full of nacho. Was it nachos?
Nachos.
But it was
that
the mini. The mini helmet was not small.
No, I still have those helmets. I was actually thinking to spray paint them and put a Brew sticker on them. I didn't give it to Mark to wear as the third base coach.
There you go. Yeah, and Mark doesn't get enough shouts. All that he does for this team, my goodness, he's taking some shit from some third basemen and some shortstops, just for no reason. They called him like an old ass. It's like, dude, what?
What the fuck? See,
what?
I will throw this out there because this moment meant the most to me as a team. But you and Mark picking up the tab at the tavern.
No, that was not me. That was only Mark.
It was Mark?
Yes. I might have.
So,
I try to, like, when we go to the tavern, I always try to make sure I buy at least one of the cheese fries. Sometimes we need 2 or 3, depending on, God, we've had as many as like 15 people there, so. But I try to always buy an appetizer.
That's the moment that stuck out to me the most this year.
What, the tavern? Or
yes, because he ended up paying for Lisa too, and the kids.
Yeah. And he wanted to. That I didn't ask him to do that. Nobody. Yeah, and yeah, he wanted to do that. He's very thankful or grateful, maybe even for what he does for the team. He's retired, so
he's an awesome dude, bro.
Yeah, but just hearing, and I don't know if he would even want me to share this, but he has slept on Zach's couch just so that he could, because he lives in New Bern, right? So, dude, trying to make those 9 a.m. Bond games, and just as well as everybody how early those mornings can get. For him to go from New Bern to Cary, I mean, gosh, that's probably a 3-hour drive. You can't do that he'd have to get up at 5. He had to start driving at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Dude, he said the one game that he was up at 4:30, and I said, "Damn, you got me beat. I got up at 5."
Yeah. He ended up spending a lot of nights at Zach's house just because I think Zach lived in Raleigh or somewhere real close to Raleigh.
Yeah, and shout out to Zach too, because Zach was trying to get on the podcast, but he recently got a job too, which I know he's been, of course, through Mark and what's his mom's name? I'm drawing a blank. I am so sorry.
I'm not sure either.
But through those two, Lisa talks to them throughout the whole season. Yeah. And they were saying that he was trying for like a year to get one, and he finally got one. So I know how struggle that is, so I want to put that over to him. Yeah. But as we get ready to wrap things up, John.
Yeah, of course.
Because we are at the 3-hour marker.
Yes, sir. I wanted to be as long as Brock. Sorry, Brock. No way Brock made it this far. Brock's hammered. He's been drinking beer since the start of this video.
So, actually, I don't know if I have Brock's on here. I don't. Austin's was 2 hours and 11 minutes. And RJ's was 1 hour and 50 minutes. Brock's was over the 2 hours, almost 3 hours. I think it was like 250 or some shit. It's on this phone.
You and I are real good at going off topic just because, like, bro, we know so much about each other personally. I mean, you and I have been, I would say, good friends for if not 3 years, at least 2 1/4-ish,
I always joke it's because we're both named John. That's why we just clicked.
Yeah. Yeah. And as long as, because the one thing, if your name was Jon, we're not cool. No. You got the Porta-John name. We talked about this before, I know, but
Lisa's ex was Jon.
Yeah, nah, like I wouldn't be cool with him. I wouldn't be cool. But any JOH ends, and I know, yeah.
Dude, I think you actually met him before. I think you actually met him before.
I don't think so. I met the guy with glasses at your place, but he was your plug.
Chris,
yep.
Chris. Yep. Fucking Fowler, we call him.
He was pretty cool. I think maybe him and Lisa were like kind of romantic. Maybe I'm making that up, but
making that up.
Got you. Sorry, Lisa. She's not listening. It's fine.
She's not listening. It's fine. Chris doesn't even listen to this, so you're fine.
Good.
Yeah, he was the guy that drove the Tahoe.
Chris was, or the ex-boyfriend?
The ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't recall that because we came down. It was really just for Halloween. It's kind of like a Halloween party.
Yeah.
That was a good visit.
I think you guys may have met Matt before too.
That sounds familiar. That's your boy from Jersey.
No, that's the old guy, old man I call him, that worked with me at Braxton's for detail.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know him. I met one of your homies on Xbox though. I know. Yeah, that's what I'm
Chris.
saying. Like you and I hang out too much.
Chris.
Nah, bro. He had played baseball with you.
Yeah, Chris. It wasn't Fowler. It was another
different
Chris.
Got you. Okay. I just assumed we were talking about the same Chris. I'm like, it was not that fucking guy.
It was this one, actually. Hold up, let me find it.
I'm not gonna know what he looks like. I was talking to him on the headset, but
same one that did this with me this year.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that. Dude, that video you posted recently of like you were getting beat up in the beginning and then all of a sudden you were fucking whooping ass. That was I think you said it was like 2 or 3 years old, but I was like, damn, dude, Johnny Mack's getting fucking whooped.
That was 7 years old.
7 years ago? Okay.
7 years ago. That was dealing with the Mac Squad, which is out on my channel from 7 years ago. Y'all should go check it out. You're talking about this one though, right?
Yep, that one.
Yeah. So that was.
I had to see you get fucking. That was. I think was there 2 people there in the beginning whooping your ass?
There was two.
Oh,
so the one.
I don't remember that thing.
So the one, I'm gonna spoil it, but I'm changing practically everything for that series. I'm doing a series. I don't know if it's gonna be a series or like a 2-part finale or like a movie, but I'm writing the script out right now for it. But the one that was in the camo hoodie was Haley. She has been in my life for, God, I'm 26. So at least 20 years. Which is remarkable. But
what, was she your preschool crush?
Actually, yes. She's gonna hate. If she actually listens to this, she's gonna hate me saying this. That's the first.
She ain't gonna be 2 hours 58 minutes in this video. There's no chance.
That was.
I'll just tell you right now.
First one. That was my first girlfriend in that age, in preschool. She's fucking amazing. She has a kid now and is married now, which I don't talk to her that much because I'm a jackass, but phone works both ways. I'll go to my grave saying that. But yeah, she was dating Brandon, which was the other guy in that clip at the time, and I said, "Hey, you guys want to do a show with me?" Because I had this idea, and I was like, dude, I need fucking people. And the only people I know that would fucking do it would be Haley and my friend David, which I call him Brophy. And from there, that idea was just born, and they just kicked my ass with shit. They're like, are you sure you're not going to get hurt? I'm like, I'm fucking positive. Just do what I'm telling you to do, and I won't get hurt. For the love of God. And of course, Lisa's ex was in there. He delivered the super kick that was in that video, which holy shit, that will never be topped again. He got this close from my chin, and it looked like it legitimately connected.
Yeah.
So you could see my hand go up to block it, and just me go like this. But in that time, it just looks like I'm just falling backwards. Which, again, the only 2 things I care about is wrestling and fucking baseball at this point.
Yeah.
And of course the Eagles.
Baseball more.
Besides that, yeah.
Baseball the most out of all 3, of course. But
I don't know though, because
lie to me, Johnny.
I did the Johnny Mac show in Jersey where I just basically did a podcast in person. And some of those moments were just like, I would just let the characters take over. Like, Cletus, he's going to hate me saying this, Cletus got drunk most nights. And he would just stay in character because he was drunk.
Yeah.
So his character was a raging redneck. So he's already getting drunk, so he's already there. And a lot of the moments, it was just him just going off script. I was like, all right, I'll ask you a couple questions. Just give me an answer. Okay, yeah, sure. Moment the camera's on, flip of the switch. And a lot of the guys are like that. Jay's like that. Grimm's like that. Hop, which shout out to those guys that I just named. I don't know if I've ever said this in a podcast. They helped me so much with Back to the Yard, which was the last wrestling video I did. Which it was the first show that I was actually at and actually took control of, like everything. And bro, they were just on it. And Hop, which his real name was Matt, bro, he's sitting there, dude, what do you want done? I'll do it right now. I was like, all right, we'll do this. All right, you got it. 3 seconds later, done. I was like, holy shit. Thank you.
Yeah. And Johnny, one of my first impressions of your YouTube channel, you know, I would look at the baseball videos, and the baseball videos would get, you know, like 150, 300 views, something like that. And then I would look at what your wrestling videos were getting, and like, dude, you were getting 1,500. I think you maybe had like 10K on one or something.
So the only wrestling one that got over 10K was one show in Crossroads, which was in Riverton in Jersey. And then it had this storyline going on at Grimm's, which 9 times out of 10, all those guys are from Grimm's. And they hated like each other, so they did like a brand split. So this brand would hate that brand, and like real shit happened, which I can't really say it wasn't real, but I can't really say it was fake because I don't know. he has that fine line of shit. But I labeled it GTS AWE Beef, caught on camera. And that was one of the videos that went to 15,000 views. That's the only video I had at like 15,000. And then I posted the Cougars game from your first year, the handshake line. And that did 70K on Instagram.
The handshake line?
Yep.
What was that?
This was
that the one where the dude went, it was Moan?
Yeah.
And he said, Johnny Mac.
Yeah, so that was I think it was the first one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it where it was from.
Shout out to old Johnny Mac. I still remember. Oh, yeah. There go Logan right there.
Way to win and a way to lose. Don't talk shit while winning. Johnny Mac.
Hey, bro, there it is.
Hey, thanks. 78.8K.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that video, dude. I just remember you made a short. It was me, and it was like mission failed. We'll get him next time. And it was me just tripping over my catcher's helmet. I don't know if that got many views, but
I think that got like 3,000.
I just remember people were commenting on it. They were like talking shit about the way I was dropping the helmet. I was like, hell yeah, dude. You're doing something wrong and people ain't hating, you know?
That's why I try to like make like shorts or like, I don't know. I really can't like hit like shorts for some reason.
Yeah. I loved it for what it was worth. I know it was me in it, but
yeah, you're talking
I
about
had long ass hair at the time too. Yup, that one. Yeah, that one there.
That one has
with
5,
the MW2 voice log.
5,433 views.
Shit, I'm probably 1,000 of them views. To be honest with you.
A lot of the shorts don't do too hot. I'll be honest. The one
that's funny. That's all about like the algorithm, though.
Yeah, this one that you're on the fucking thumbnail of the championship one.
Yeah,
that did 825. But then RJ's podcast did 100 even.
It was just a short from his podcast.
Yeah. And the one where I filmed the ground ball, I don't know if you remember that one.
Dude, Johnny, that was my first indication that was my first game, by the way. 2023, we were playing the Tigers. You were playing second base, and dude, you got a ground ball, and you made a the ball like hitch up here, and you got it, and you threw it to first, and dude, our dugout was going crazy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he made a routine play, like we're going crazy, and I didn't understand. I just assumed you were at second base. I thought maybe you played second base.
I used to until I gained the weight and I couldn't move as fast.
Yeah. Because it's funny, that was actually, I don't know if you remember, I tried out for this team as a second or third baseman. I didn't want to play shortstop, but second or third base. Shortstop is just a very tough position. You got to be a little smooth. I'm not super smooth. I have an average arm probably.
Average arm? I don't know.
That's the way I see it. I mean, I make a lot of mistakes, as you made mention earlier in the video,
You chucked a ball in the center field this year. What are you talking about, average arm?
What do you mean I chucked the ball? You talking about on a missed throw?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's fair.
It in the center field. What are you talking about?
The problem is I wasn't trying to chuck it into center field.
That's the point, John.
I had a couple decent, or I can't say, I can say they were good throws. I actually threw a runner out at second this year, which I hadn't done my first 2 years. The first year I didn't catch, but last year, if you remember, I threw the Rangers guy out at third.
I made that into a short.
You made a short. Yep. Yes, you did. You were like, don't run on our catcher, dude. Dude, that's what I'm telling you, bro. You be hyping me up. I appreciate it. And Johnny, I don't mean to hold you any longer. I know we're well past 3 hours now.
Shit, I don't give a shit.
We haven't talked in too long. Half this podcast was us catching up.
I mean, I was gonna ask you one more question anyway.
Yeah, please.
So I try to charge my other phone so my camera doesn't die for the clips. What did you think that we need to focus on more of this year, like in the draft wise, or just as a whole team in general?
Yeah. It's funny. I asked you this question and you never did answer it. But that's fine.
Shit, I'll answer it and you answer it.
Okay, so that means you're going first?
No, you're the guest. You go first.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to say anything that hasn't already been said in a previous podcast. And I gotta say, I really do agree with what Austin. And again, I listened to Austin's podcast today, so it's very fresh on my mind. But if we're able to because the biggest thing this year was hitting, right? So if we could get an infield bat, so somebody. They don't have to be Cam Thompson. They don't have to be Cam Thompson at shortstop. But if they're able to be,
I miss Cam.
Justin Nolan. If they're able to be Justin Nolan at shortstop, like that would be good. Maybe a little bit better, maybe slightly worse. Somewhere around there, and hits decent. A lefty bat would be really nice, and it sucks because that's what Justin was too. But And then maybe a pitcher, right? One more piece. I would like to pitch. It's possible that Jared's going to be there. Tucker pitches. He came to that one game with us. Sam does dabble in pitching. I didn't really want to ask him to pitch, but he's confirmed that he's coming. And then obviously, if Dylan were to come back, he's never pitching again for the Brews.
Yeah, me and DJ talked about that. Not to cut you off, but yeah, I even said.
Yeah, you still do with Austin.
I even said, bro, it's gonna be in the back of his mind. I don't care how mentally tough he is. I don't care how tough he is. It's gonna be in his back of his mind that as soon as he gets here, to throw it, even just throwing, it's gonna be in there. But continue.
Yeah. And I still remember the look on his face and his wife's face. He was sitting in the dugout, literally waiting for the ambulance to get there. And I'm just standing there. Dude, I have my full catcher's gear on, it didn't help. It was June 2nd. My birthday's June 1st. And so, dude, I was hungover as a motherfucker at that game.
Dude, the vibe
I
in
was
that
so
dugout,
hungover at
bro.
that game. And after that happened, dude, I don't even I couldn't tell you what happened the rest of the game. Even the umpire looked at me. He was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, so I'm fine." I was so out of it, dude. Just like after that had happened, and like Austin said earlier, like no words can describe what the fuck happened that day.
I know. I speak for everybody basically on this one. That everybody felt sadness.
Yeah.
Like, and
Even
personally, I don't even know Dylan like DJ does or like you do or anybody else does. And I was just like,
I can't say I know him super well, but
I'm just like, fuck, man, I want to cry right now. Type shit.
No, I was in the same boat. And I'm about
to sneeze again.
I'm good. I ate it. But we did that GoFundMe for him. And I definitely, I wanted to try to help him as much as I could. And it's one of those things that I have no idea what he's going through. I mean, shit, I've never pitched in my life. I've never pitched with the velocity that he could pitch with. My curveball does not look like that.
Well, not even like baseball wise. I mean, I felt the most pain because, like you said, his wife was pregnant, about ready to pop.
Yeah,
now
she was maybe a month before being due.
Now she has to go to the hospital, and this is going to take, even with the surgery, it's going to take a lot more to fix him, a lot more time, because he came to that Squirrels game, and I just remember him going, dude, I can't even lift a can of soda. So now you have to incorporate that with his kid. I can't even imagine what the fuck that was like.
Yeah, and their son's name is Caden, and he's beautiful, and he's got a great set of parents, so he's gonna be just fine.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, damn right.
Fuck yeah.
But I follow both of them on Instagram, and they both are very they both post frequently, and so it's nice to be able to see. I think Dylan had a birthday not too long ago, and I mean shit, Caden probably had a birthday not too long ago. I can't say I saw that post, but
DJ said it best though. God would not let us have Austin and Dylan.
Yep.
He said it best. I mean, and I even said it. Think about that shit. Just think about, oh, you can hit Austin, throw in Dylan. You can't hit Dylan. Or you can hit Dylan, here's Austin. You can't hit Austin. I mean, just think about that.
I can't say I ever remember a time where Dylan was getting hit.
No, I know. I use that as a logical thing. Standby, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Oh, of course. Right.
But I honestly
seriously,
think...
I mean, Dylan made me, like, I was catching for Dylan, and that was the first time in my life where I'm like, dude, the ball's coming really hard. Like, I'm kind of uncomfortable. And like, it was funny.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude. Like when I started facing Austin, like Austin threw just a little bit slower than Dylan. And now Austin has the most, and he was talking on his podcast like he has no, like all he is velocity. The dude has more finesse than anybody on the team. He was talking about
I want to touch on this real quick. That dude has fucking movement. I don't care what he says. Yeah. I played catch with this man at like 50%, and I dropped almost everything.
Yeah. I mean, his sweeper is disgusting. His curveball that he picked up this year is a lot of break. His sinker is probably the dirtiest hard pitch I've ever seen. So, like, cutter, sinker.
Does he throw a cutter?
Fast pitches. No, he doesn't. He throws a fastball, sinker, sweeper, curveball, and a fork ball. The fork ball almost never comes out.
So it must have been a sinker he threw to me because it tailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
So, like, in terms of pitch selection, so, like, sinkers is one. It does not mean I call it the most.
No.
But Austin and I, we try to set each pitch up with a separate pitch. So, like, he has two. So, we have two calls. So, one's the pitch, and then the second one is the arm slot. I'm not going to try to bore you to death.
You talked about that, and let me tell you, that is some fucking in-depth shit that I probably would fucking forget. So hat off to you.
I gotta say, it's like, once we went through a game using it, it makes a lot of sense because the specific arm slots, you can work a guy just sidearm, you'll throw a sweeper, and then you'll turn around and throw a sinker, right? And the ball is coming out of the same arm slot, but they're moving separate ways. And so, like, thinking about tunneling, they always talk about that in the MLB, tunneling pitches. And Austin's the first pitcher that I ever got to work with that can actually do it effectively.
So I gotta cut you off. I gotta cut you off here. We gotta end this.
Yeah.
My camera's almost dead. That doesn't mean we can't still talk off camera. Let me just say that.
Yeah, no. And dude, I gotta work at fucking in less than 8 hours. But I ain't worried about that shit. Fuck that shit. But before we end, I do want to say, congratulations to Jackson. He got married about a month ago. Congratulations to Devin. He got engaged maybe a week or two ago. And then DJ's getting married here coming soon. Congratulations to him. And if I'm missing anybody, love is awesome. Let's go. Go Brews.
Go Birds. Anyway, guys, thank you, John, for coming on the podcast. Guys, make sure to check him out. His Instagram. I tag everybody. That doesn't mean they're not in the description. They're just tagged on the Instagram. You gotta go to the Instagram to see. So
my Instagram's whack. I got a shirtless pic up there. Go ahead and look at when I was ripped. I'm not like that no more, but go ahead and look at it.
Go check out in the description my Instagram, the Brew's Instagram, the Brew Talk Instagram, the merch. Go check it out. Link in the description. Yeah, fuck that. That's the Brews merch. That's the Riley Brews. That's not the Riley Brews merch.
It's funny. I have one of your hats too. I didn't even put it on.
See,
and your shirt.
I'm always repping, man. I'm always repping.
Yeah, I got the short sleeve hoodie on tonight, man. I thought you'd compliment that one.
Looking like Christian Yelich out there.
Pete Davidson, more like. They're supposed to look similar or whatever.
Fuck no. Anyway, guys, join us next week for episode 7 of the podcast. Go check it out. Leave us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple. Like the video, subscribe if you're on YouTube. I think I hit everything. I'm not too sure. But guys, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.